Welcome to Sam Roberts Show. The lovely stylings of Jack White introducing us. Oh, my God. Welcome to Sam Roberts Show. We are live, as we are every Friday and sometimes other days. XM 103 Sirius 206. If you want to call in, call now. 866-969-1969. That's 866-969-1969. Nicole Ryan is here.
What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm feeling good. I just was telling you, I did a little day drinking during lunch, but I stopped after 2 glasses so as not to put myself in a position where you could take advantage of me.
Right. It's like going to a party in college.
Right.
You're like, at some point, I need to be responsible for my own behavior.
Correct.
Because Sam won't take care of me.
I mean,
that's not what I'm here to do.
Right.
Maybe after the show, I'll be like, let me make sure she's okay.
Right, but not during.
No, I mean, if you show up here at 3 and you're in a vulnerable state,
it's over.
Who the hell knows what's I will tear you away from your family. I will do something that will bring you so much shame. But you have enough personal responsibility to not put yourself in that place.
Correct.
Which is very, very good.
Thank you, Sam.
A lot going on today. So much to get into today. Wait till you hear this. Everybody's waking up early in the morning, trying to get their Apple Watches,
of course,
trying to figure out whether it's worth having or not worth having.
Not.
You've never seen one.
I've seen it on my computer screen.
Right. It's not the same thing as seeing it in person.
Okay.
Luckily, I've got an Apple Watch coming in studio.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I'm kind of excited.
The Apple Watch. It's going to be attached to Katie Linendoll, and they will both be here in a little while. Jason Biggs is going to be on the show today. Bob Kelly may be stopping by because he heard there was an Apple Watch coming in.
Yes, I love me some Bob Kelly.
And he wants to see it. So much happening today. I feel like the same thing that happened whenever there's like a cool music festival or event happening that people are talking about. That's why I started with Jack White, because Coachella is happening this weekend. And even though I have no business there, even though I don't even know who half the bands are that are there, I get very FOMO.
Yeah, I get that.
And I feel like I should be doing something there.
Yeah, we probably should.
You think, but like what?
I mean, I'm sure we couldn't get Sirius to pay for us to go there. But really, I mean, I'm sure
we want to broadcast from Coachella.
Well, Coachella's no longer like indie; it's super mainstream. I'm sure we could find some people that would be very relevant, that would make sense for us to talk to.
You think Drake would come by?
I mean, why not?
Jack White, Drake, AC/DC could do the show if we were out there. That's the only thing that's stopping them. Action Bronson, our pal Action Bronson is out there.
Don't even talk about him.
Yeah, you would have had sex with him by now.
1,000,000%.
If we were out in Coachella. But, yeah, it's very, very exciting. We're covering it all over the platform, though. The big news, I guess, is that this weekend, everybody's saying, let's get political, Hillary Clinton
I heard this.
is going to announce that she's running for president.
I didn't know that they had to like make it a thing. I thought it's all been like a rumor, so we like knew it was happening. I didn't know they had like a huge like announcement deal.
You didn't know people announced that they run for president?
No, I thought it was just like, you could tweet it. Or it was just like you heard it through the grapevine and then it was happening. And no, it had to be like an event.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, people generally make that announcement and have for the last several decades.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to that stuff.
I guess not.
No.
Are you going to vote for Hillary Clinton?
I mean, I'm not really like big into voting, but I guess I should, right?
I don't know.
As a woman, I should. To try to make the first like woman president, first female president?
I don't know. I feel like that's what happened a lot with Obama, is that people were like, well, we gotta have the first black president. That's very important to history. There were people, because I didn't vote for Obama. I voted for John McCain 8 years ago.
You did?
Yeah, I like John McCain.
Okay.
I think he's a good guy. But people were coming up to him being like, don't you want to be a part of history? Don't you want to be a part of the change that's going to occur right now? And I was like, I was just voting for the guy who I like to be president.
You were like, I'm already part of history. Have you heard the Sam Roberts show?
Yeah, I'm history.
You joking?
Yeah. I'm about to be history if we keep broadcasting like this. No, I guess it's hard to buy in to just doing it when you're just doing it for the sake of history. Like when you're just doing it because you want a woman in or you want a black guy in or whatever, that leaves you at a huge risk for a potential disaster.
Right. I'm sure that's not the right reason for me to vote for her.
But that's the only reason you could possibly think of.
I'm just not super political.
Me neither.
Like, ignorance is bliss to me. I know that's a horrible way to live my life, but, it's too upsetting for me to watch the news and know about all that stuff, and I feel like I'm not going to help in any way, shape, or form. I know that's no.
Why don't you... See, some people reach that place in life and they go, you know what? That makes me feel horrible, so I'm going to help.
Right. That's probably the right thing.
You, on the other hand, go, it makes me feel horrible. There's nothing I can do. Oh, Jeopardy's on. Oh, look, Judge Judy's on.
Jeopardy.
You're right.
Yeah, that's what I get excited about, Jeopardy.
Kids Jeopardy. Elementary school Jeopardy. Are you smarter than a fifth grader is the show I was
There
referring to.
you go.
The answer is usually no. But it's still entertainment nonetheless. All this stuff came up to me because I really started to feel this week like Obama is not a great president.
Yeah, I mean, you're not probably the first person to say that.
But do you think, you don't care?
No, but I know from my peers and close family and friends around me, their opinions have been voiced quite loudly, and it's been to the effect of not terribly happy with the man.
See, I think you have to judge politicians based on who they are as human beings. You have to wait,
right?
Because it's very hard to find out. You have to wait like a hawk and wait for them to show an ounce of humanity. Because in that moment, that's when you can start to make judgments on what kind of people they are. You can start to make judgments on if what kind of decision makers they are. You can really get a feel for who they are as a human being. The douchiness will come out at some point.
Right. I also think that a lot of people end up hating presidents no matter what good they've done or brought to the country because they end up looking bad because they were left with a pile of shit.
Right. I mean, it's such a ridiculously complicated system. Just getting stuff done at SiriusXM is impossible.
I mean, don't get me
impossible. And that's because there's like 3 levels of management. And to get it past all 3 levels of management, however it is impossible. To get anything done, you have to get like 10 people to sign on a dotted line. And to get all 10 people to agree on that is impossible. I think it runs that way in any big company, especially publicly traded companies. Imagine the complications that go through no matter who the president is when you're trying to get anything done.
Right. It's corporate America.
It's America is corporate America, especially when, places like Congress and stuff like that are half of it is in the business now of just disrupting the president. Because if it's a Republican president, the Democrats can't back him because eventually they want to be the president. So if any of those guys vote for anything Republican, it comes back and haunts them. Where am I already over your head?
You lost me.
How the fuck can I already be over your head? This is just, it couldn't be more basic.
Well, I think I was skipping ahead. I was thinking as you were just speaking Chinese.
Yeah.
Do we know who she's going to be going against? And that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking, do we know, obviously we knew that she was going to be making this announcement. Do we know who the other people are?
Only a few people have announced that they're running for president, and I don't think any Democrats have yet.
Okay.
Just Hillary Clinton.
All right, on with your Chinese.
Okay. All I'm saying is the people in Congress, they can't vote. If they're Republicans and there's a Democratic president, they can't side with the president ever.
No matter
and vice
what.
versa.
Right.
So it gets to the point where whoever the president is, half the people that are helping run the country don't side with you. So nobody can really get anything substantial done, I don't think.
But aren't there so many people? I wish we could have halvesy presidents. Why does it have to be Democratic and Republican? Aren't there a lot of people who are very financially Republican and socially Democratic? Where does that fall under? Why can't we have some people? Why does it always have to be straightforward, chocolate and vanilla?
Right.
Republic. Why can't we just?
Well, people always say that there should be a third party, but anytime anybody from a third party runs, they get very few votes.
No, more than a third party. I want more than 3 parties. Because just one third party is not going to make me happy with what I'm trying to explain to you. I want there to be able to be this melding of all these different things. There should be 5 parties.
I'll tell you exactly why that can't happen.
Why?
Because then people would be responsible for figuring out what the 5 parties are. Whereas now, you just pick one or the other.
Okay.
People can't work under those circumstances.
Keep it simple.
Because the more people, what you're asking for, I think, is when people run for president for them to be acting independently and just saying, okay, how does this person actually feel? And if they match up with how I feel, then I'll vote for them.
Yes.
But Nicole, you're not going to, I already lost you on this conversation.
Yeah, but American Idol, I get more than 2 options. On The Voice, I get more than 2 options. Shouldn't it be
They're not going to sing.
But you know what I mean.
Here's the problem. You would then be responsible for figuring out who these people are. And you're not going to do that.
Oh my God.
Are you?
Keeping them responsible for...
You personally.
Why?
You would then be like, okay, I need to figure out where this person stands on shit. There's no way you're going to find out. Are you?
Maybe I could.
I don't think you would.
You should believe in me a little bit.
I don't. You'd be like, oh, where'd Rihanna get that bathing suit?
Shut up.
You wouldn't be worried about, where does so-and-so stand on...
Maybe not me, but maybe some people.
What do you think about Benghazi?
I mean, don't go there.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Dan in Ohio.
What's up, Sam?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, man. Nicole, thank God you're fucking pretty. Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on, really?
Let me tell you something.
You realize the presidential election is not till 2016. You were just like, you know who she'll be running against? Like, it's next week.
Yeah, and you've already kind of given up. Listen, Nicole is a very intelligent person.
Thank you, Sam.
Nicole is one of my favorite people to talk to. There's a reason why Nicole is here. However, when I say Nicole is one of my favorite people to talk to, this is not a subject that we generally broach.
No, that's not my strength right now.
No.
What we're talking about.
Yeah.
Have you found Who Kid? I saw on, I think it was Instagram, he posted missing. Have you seen him?
He was here on Monday.
Yeah.
He was here on Monday, and we got to hang out with the Filthy Brothers, which, Nicole, I want to catch you up to speed on.
So mad I missed it.
But now he's in Vancouver, so he's back out of the country.
He is. He's always out of the country. And his Instagram is solely asses.
Yeah.
And him.
Yeah. Well, it's
asses
him
in his face.
and some asses.
Yeah.
Billy in Austin.
Yeah, Pat Buchanan said Obama's doing a good job with this war because we're staying out of the war and we don't know who our friends are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's good to stay out of wars, sure, but I meant I have other reasons for disapproving of Obama right now.
Yeah, do you want to share with us what they are?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Frank in Poughkeepsie.
Hey, Sam, I'm really shocked that you disapprove of Obama. You've got to be the first person of color I've ever heard say that.
Well, I would correct you, but I have been referred to by Mike Tyson,
As?
Iron Mike Tyson, as a, quote, black motherfucker.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. And I've got witnesses.
It was a joke, Sam. He was making a joke.
He looked at me in the eyes and he said that. You're a black motherfucker.
Then it must be fact.
It's Mike Tyson.
You're right.
Debate him if you want. This is why. President Obama, I guess all the presidents always have kids around Easter time. They bring some kids, and Obama was reading Where the Wild Things Are to them.
Great book.
Yes. I've been watching this clip for the last 5 days every single day. It's my favorite clip I've ever played, but it's made me lose all faith in Obama.
I haven't heard it or
All
seen
right,
it.
let me play for you the beginning. This is Obama reading Where the Wild Things Are.
And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Look at them. They're having a wild rumpus. Who can do a wild rumpus?
What?
That's some good rumpusing.
Okay, now wait a minute. This is taken out of context. I want to know who was he reading to? What was his audience?
Children.
Okay, then shush, Sam.
You can't do a better wild rumpus than that?
You do a wild rumpus.
I'm not. No. If I was the president, they'd say, President Roberts, show the kids what a rumpus is. I'd look at that man and say, I'm the fucking president of the United States, the most powerful man in the free world. I have people to rumpus for me. I'm not going to...
Or maybe he was humbling himself and he was speaking to children and showing what a sweet man he was and having some fun.
I mean, even you cringed when that was on.
A little bit.
You're listening.
They're having a wild rumpus. Who can do a wild rumpus?
Was this
That's some good rumpusing.
Wait, was this on television?
I was filmed. I don't know.
Because I feel like hearing the audio is making it seem worse than if I saw him on TV doing it.
His arms were waving while he was doing it.
Oh, gosh.
Rob in Chicago. You there, Rob? All right. Well, no. John in Wisconsin.
Hi.
Hey.
I like Nicole's rumpus.
I don't like your rumpus.
That's what's up.
Well, thank you. Hey, that caller 2 callers ago, he's fucking full of shit with what he said about how Obama got us out of a war or whatever. Fucking took us out and put us right back in, you fucking blood.
Listen, all this stuff, this is all the politics of it. I can't get into all the politics of it because I'm not convinced anybody does politics better than anybody else. It's about judging people as human beings. And I would not ever support somebody who rumpused like that under any cause.
You can't judge his rumpusing unless you're going to show him a better rumpus.
Yes,
okay?
I can. I wouldn't do it.
But then don't judge his.
He shouldn't have done it.
Why?
Because he sucks at it.
But he was reading a children's book. God,
like a fucking idiot.
How are you supposed to read a children's book?
Without doing this.
When you're talking to children, no child wants to hear a president be all president-y. Okay, that's no fun.
He certainly wasn't president-y there. Ezra in Dallas.
Hey, guys. I remember the part in Wild Things where Nev Campbell and Denise Richards get naked and make out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the part the president's talking about at all.
Yeah, I remember Wild Things, and I don't remember there being a rumpus. You're right. Carl in Orlando.
Yo, Sam Roberts.
What's up, buddy?
All right, first of all, I'm Who Kid's cousin.
No,
That's
you're
what's
not.
up.
Yes, I am. I'm a Haitian brother from Brooklyn. Who Kid knows who I am. I always want to call in, and I never want to do it. But after that ridiculous statement you made about Obama, I was like, I got to call in right now.
Uh-oh.
Did you hear him rumpusing?
Listen, man. First of all, thank God Nicole's on your show.
Oh, that's
Because
nice.
I was just thinking that.
because she brings you back to reality when you say ridiculous statements like that.
Love you, Carl.
What are you talking about? How can you listen to this guy go in front of people and go and be like, yep, that's my guy. That's my leader. That's the guy who's leading me.
That's the guy that brought up 2 daughters and is married to a beautiful woman who's intelligent, smart.
I'll put Michelle. Look,
guy-
listen, I don't have any problem with Michelle Obama. I'll put Michelle Obama in the White House before that guy, because Michelle Obama is not going to pick up a book and go, rumpus for me. It's ridiculous. He sounds like Barney the dinosaur.
You know what? Just give him a pass on that one, Sam.
All right, look. Okay, Carl, I'll give him a pass on that. But that clip doesn't end there.
Oh,
I saw the rumpus, and I was like, I have a real problem with what happened there.
Okay.
But it goes further. Okay?
How much further?
He wants to continue reading to the kids. They're outside.
Okay.
It's the spring.
Oh, God forbid.
I don't know. Some of you guys weren't rumpusing that hard. How are you? Can you see it? Oh, no, it's a bee.
There's a bee. There's a bee. Well, after the rumpusing happens, there is a bee and dozens of the most terrified children I've ever heard in my life.
No, it's a bee. That's okay, guys. Bees are good. They won't land on
These are good.
Bees aren't good.
Have you ever seen those specials where it's like without
Bees are
bees,
good.
like our like universe would like end?
Like, who is this guy?
I have a question. What is wrong with you? I feel like you're like making me lose faith in you as a future father. Like he's having fun with children. He's not leading the country right now. He's reading a children's story.
Let me tell you something. If I had a kid and I was sitting there reading a book to him and my kid was like, holy shit, there's a bee. You know what I'd say? Run!
No!
Run!
No!
Get away from the bee!
You're a pussy.
I wouldn't say, oh, don't worry, bees are good, because bees aren't good. Bees are bad.
When you have a kid, you want to teach them not to get freaked out, for them to always remain calm. It's a bee. If you freak out, the bee's going to sting you.
And you know what happens if you don't freak out? It stings you anyway. It's a bee.
Okay.
They won't land on you. They won't sting you. They'll be okay.
He's like a sweet daddy.
Wait.
Listen, he cannot, for the life of him, handle this group of children. He has no idea how to get things back on track.
How many kids are there? Does he have any assistants? Any TAs?
He's the leader of the free world. He should be able to handle a couple dozen kids. And he is not handling them at all. Can you honestly tell me that the best strategy around like 24 kids is to say, no, bees are good? Do you think any kid is like, oh, I almost shit my pants a minute ago, but it's okay because bees are good?
He should have not said bees are good,
Bees
but he
are
should have
good.
been like, relax. That's what my parents used to say. Like, chill. Like, don't like get up and like make any like crazy movements. If you remain calm, the bee will not sting you.
You know what I would do?
What?
If I was reading the book, I would see the bee first.
Yeah.
And the kids would all be looking at me.
And you'd run.
And I'd put the book down and I'd say, everybody stay cool. Nobody panic.
You're right.
When I say 3, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
That's what you say to the kids?
Because, yes, I would. Because there is a bee flying over that girl's head. Don't move. Wendy, there's a bee on your head.
I'm willing to bet you wouldn't even look
Wendy,
up at those
you
kids.
stay there. And the rest of us, we got to get the fuck out of here. We're going to continue this. It was stupid to do this outside. It was dumb.
You'd probably be scared and you'd run away and leave those kids to get stung and you'd scream, move, bitch, get out the way.
Just kicking kids over.
Yeah.
We should have read the story in the Oval Office. There's never been a bee in there. Listen, it's still going on.
Hold on. You guys are wild things. You're not supposed to be scared of bees.
The kids are all like, we're over the story, stupid. We're done. That was a story. This is real life.
The bee's coming to get us.
Yeah. There was a story that you were telling. That was fiction. Now we're living in a reality. And the reality is there are bees after us.
We are under fire.
There are no monsters here. We have no protection against these bees. And I don't know what kind of war room he goes into, and he goes, no, tanks are good. They go, no, Obama, tanks are not good. Those are enemy tanks. No, they help us.
Yeah, why are you doing this impersonation of him? That's not how...
That's exactly how he sounded.
When he was doing a rumpus, not when he
and when he was trying to protect people from bees, which he is not doing well.
Wild things. You're not supposed to be scared of bees when you're a wild thing. Now stop. Max said, and send the wild things off to bed.
He's trying to go back to the story.
He's a dad. He's not, no one said he was a teacher. Like, he's not equipped to necessarily handle a group that large of kids. Where are the TAs? Where are they?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing that makes me feel like he might need to be equipped to handle a large group of children is he's the leader of the free world.
Oh, good Lord.
He's the boss of everything on the planet.
I can't believe your judgment right now. I really can't.
Listen to those kids.
Max said, and send the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the kid who owned the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all.
Barack, you've lost your audience. Oh. You've lost the audience. It's not working.
Oh, B. I'm just, okay, all right, but it was a nice little thing he was doing. He was not like...
He wasn't nice at all. He just said bees are good.
Yeah, they are good.
There's never been one good bee.
The bees help the environment.
With what?
I don't know. Have you ever seen those specials? There's a whole theory.
How about this?
Adrian knows what I'm talking about.
How about this? I'm not going to take any advice from you on scientifically where bees fall in the food chain.
Fine.
I'll just take the fact that one time when I was 8, I got stung by a bee.
I've been stung multiple times by bees and wasps.
So what are you doing? How are they good?
It's not wasps, but bees. Isn't it like, aren't they vital to our environment? See, everybody in the studio is saying yes, and nobody in their cars can hear it.
Just drink your tea regularly.
I hate you.
You don't need honey and everything. It doesn't have to be sweet. If you just decide we're just going to have regular tea, everything will be fine. How about this? Just Cheerios. No Honey Nut Cheerios, just Cheerios. If we take honey out of the equation...
Yeah, but Honey Nut Cheerios are so much better.
Not
you
if
know
you get...
it. You know it.
Do I prefer Honey Nut Cheerios?
Of
yes.
course.
But if somebody said to me, Sam, if you give up Honey Nut Cheerios, we will exterminate bees forever, I'd say, good, I'll never eat that fucking cereal again. I'll eat Oreos for breakfast instead.
I want to stab you with a fork. I do. That's what I want to do right now. That's the feeling.
And if you were a bee, you would sting me right now because you wouldn't have the emotion to realize that you should not be doing that. David in Tennessee.
Sammy, Nicole, the president should have said, kids, bees are good, but A's are better. He would have killed. He would have kept his audience.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. A nice little joke, and the kids would be like, all right, he's right. A's are better. But instead, he was like, no, bees are good. Everybody sit down. David in San Francisco.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Well, you need pollination, Nicole, for the bees.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. The president tries to be cool. You just are cool. You don't have to be cool.
That's like me.
The way he runs down the stairs off of Air Force One, he makes me nervous when he jumps
Oh, my
down
God.
the
Did
stairs.
you see him?
He's going to fall down one of these days and take out everybody.
Did you see him last week stumbling down the Air Force One stairs?
I did not see that.
He looked like a goddamn fool.
Are you stalking the president?
No, I watched the news.
Oh,
it's a whole different thing. I've read newspapers before. I'm not stalking the president. I am interested in what the president is doing.
I mean, it's weird.
Because I live in this country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at this. All these things. Bees benefit other animals. Bees benefit humans by providing agricultural services. Bees benefit plants by assisting with their propagation.
Whoa, there's bee propaganda websites. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. You can find a pro-bee opinion on the internet. Who would have thought?
Oh, my God.
I bet if you could also find a strong case to exterminate bees on the internet.
I cannot believe we're friends. I really can't.
So go be friends with bees,
No,
then.
I don't want to end a friendship. I love you too much, but I literally just don't understand you sometimes.
Because I've never stung you once.
No, you have not.
And bees have stung you multiple times.
When I flailed my arms and freaked out and not remained calm.
And you know why you didn't remain calm? Because you're like, holy shit, one of these motherfuckers is going to sting me. And then guess what happened? You were 100% right.
Or maybe President Obama wasn't in office yet to tell me, don't worry, bees are good.
You're right. You're right about that. Harley in Georgia.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment about the bees. They're extremely awesome because of the pollination. And without them,
Listen.
the world would end. And plus, honey tastes like really good.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I got to add on.
Like really good.
I'm going to tell you something. It's 2015. We're going to have an Apple Watch in the studio today. I think that by now we could figure out a way to pollinate plants without bees.
Oh, you are.
How about this? We get a big plane that just drops pollen on flowers. That way, you don't have to have a stupid bee taking it from one flower to the other one. You just put all the pollen on a plane and crop dust those motherfuckers.
Or just let nature do its thing. I mean, that's also
Here's
an
why
option.
I have a problem with nature doing its thing. Because one of its things is me getting stung by a bee.
I'm aware.
Which I'm not a fan of.
I am also aware of that.
Ron in D.C.? You there, Ron? Kim in Tampa.
Yeah, do you think those bees were there? Was that a natural occurrence? Or did they plant them?
Who?
They were there on purpose. Well, the Republicans, of course.
I'll bet the Republicans did. The Republicans did. They unleashed a beehive right as Obama was telling his story. And they knew President Barack Obama would not be able to handle a bunch of screaming kids, and he didn't. He did not handle it.
Did you just plant that caller?
I did. That was my cousin. Jim in Cleveland.
It's Tim. Sam Roberts for president.
That's right.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. If I was president, number one, all children's readings would happen inside. Mm-hmm. And number two, bees would be exterminated.
And you'd probably hire someone to read the books, not you. You would never do something.
I have other shit going on. I'm the president. I don't have time to read Where the Wild Things Are for the 150,000th time. Like these kids haven't heard the story before.
I gotcha.
Obama knew, though, if any of those kids got stung, that they had medical care.
True.
And that's, you know what, this was probably, if you really dig, this was probably President Obama, and he's sitting back, and he's saying, hey, maybe I can get a couple of kids stung, and Obamacare will take care of them, and everybody will realize what a great thing I've done, curing bee stings. I wouldn't be surprised if Obama would put the bees out himself.
It's all conspiracy theory.
Realizing that they would sting the kids, and Obamacare would be looked at as, look at this. All these kids would have died of bee stings had it not been for Obamacare.
Carefully orchestrated by the Obama administration.
Hey, you know what? It was cold on Easter. I didn't have any, there were no bees in New York. I don't know what they were doing in D.C. unless somebody put them there to make their health care plan seem more appealing.
Sam Roberts, you are onto something.
I know. Dutch in Connecticut.
Sam, I love you.
Thank you.
And I hate like hell to disagree with you, but
Must be
I think
tough.
something needs to be brought up here.
Okay.
I watched the Bee Movie.
Oh.
That was a documentary.
No.
Thank you, Jerry.
The Bee Movie was a documentary.
And Jerry Seinfeld would not lend his voice to something so important if it wasn't true.
Amen.
I have to go back into this Bee Movie. Now, I feel like Bee Movie is the loose change of Bee movies.
Well, look, I mean, it was no Blackfish, all right? Let's be very clear.
Right.
But,
I feel like a little more digging needs to be done on this Bee Movie, and in terms of, do the facts add up? You know, and are bees really as friendly? Because, yeah, the Bee Movie bees were very friendly, but is there a bee version of Larry King? I don't know, but their world is very, very small, so it's hard to really tell.
Sam, I hate to say it, but there was a man in 1936 who made certain statements just like you about certain groups being eliminated. I don't want to equate by any means, but I, for one, I think you need to be watched a little closer. Who's going to stand up for the bees besides Nicole?
So you're telling,
Thank you.
First they came for the bees, and I said nothing.
Right.
Then they came for the wasps. I said nothing.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. I mean,
I'm in Connecticut. There's a lot of wasps, so that's neither here nor there.
I would get rid of them, dude. No problem. No problem. Wasps are gone, too. The whole bee family. Everything. Anything that resembles a bee. Bumblebees. Everything. Gone.
But aren't the bumbles, aren't they nicer?
Guess what?
Well,
you are the company you keep.
Okay.
You guys are gone, too. John in Connecticut.
Sam.
Yeah?
Right.
Huh?
China, because of the pollution, they have people that go from flower to flower with a Q-tip.
No, they don't.
I like that. I think it's a great idea. We are already in this is what Obama could be doing. People are saying, oh, Obama, look at all this poverty. Look at all this joblessness. What if Obama was like, while I've been president, number one, 0% bee stings. Number two, I got thousands, if not millions of people jobs pollinating flowers. And you give them $10 an hour or whatever it is.
$10?
Well, you got to feed a family.
I mean, is that even minimum wage? What's minimum wage?
Sorry, Miss Nicole, I haven't been down with the little people for so long. I don't remember.
No, what is minimum wage? It is definitely more than $10.
It's not more than $10.
Oh no,
it's not.
I'm that girl now.
Yeah, you are. You're just totally out of touch. How much does a gallon of milk cost? I don't know, $38. No,
not
Nicole.
$38.
No. Shut up. Marty in North Carolina. Is it 40?
All right, so I was just thinking, about it, and it seems like bees really suck because they sting you.
Right.
And it also seems like there's this whole problem about, them not doing it. So, just genetic, we have the technology maybe not to pollinate all the trees in the world, but we do have the technology definitely to just get rid of their stingers.
Well, see, that's the thing. When bees lose their stingers, they die. So that's how I would eliminate all bees, is first eliminate their stingers, and then there'd be no more bees.
Well, have you ever thought about the fact that they get punished for stinging you? Like once they sting you, they die, right?
Yeah, but they don't learn.
So it's not for naught. Like they sting you, and that is like a death sentence to them.
But the other bees don't know that. Because it's not like a bee can sting somebody, die, and then come back and say, hey, don't sting people. We die when we do that.
They have to know it's always a kamikaze mission. They have to know that.
How would they know that? Do you think they go to bee class?
I don't know. They have to instinctually know. Why are we talking about this? You make me talk about the weirdest shit.
I'm just saying. It's important.
No, they have to know for real. All joking aside, they have to know. Isn't it an innate thing?
Have you seen how small a bee is?
Yeah.
How much information is packed into that brain?
I think a lot.
Well, you're wrong, because they're very, very small.
Just because their brain is small doesn't mean it doesn't pack a big punch.
You're right. I mean, you're right. They can.
I was close with minimum wage, BT Dubs.
It's $8.75 in New York.
Close to 10.
If you brought minimum wage up $1.25, it would be like a revolution.
Maybe I should be president and I should bring up minimum wage.
No, you wouldn't, because number one, we wouldn't have any money left because you give it all to minimum wage.
Right.
And number two, everybody would be getting stung by bees all the time.
And then they'd hate me because of it.
Because you'd be like, no, you don't understand. I read on the internet that bees are good. And I love honey.
I do love honey.
Yeah, I know. John in Iowa. Honey's great. I mean,
I'm great, right? You're hating,
it's great.
but
It's great. What's up, John?
How's it going?
Good.
I just wanted to say that I thought it was impressive that George Bush managed to keep a bunch of kids quiet when 2 planes flew into a building, but Barack Obama couldn't keep 12 kids down.
You see that?
I don't think it was 12 kids. I think sounded like there was a couple more kids than 12.
Bush kept kids calm during 9/11 and finished his story.
That's because he was just sitting there pretending nothing was going on.
That's the way to do it. Obama's like, no. There is no bee.
So when the kids start freaking out and screaming and crying like we heard on that audio, he's supposed to just sit there and...
You know what George Bush would have done? He would have pulled a pistol out of his belt, and he would have shot the bee dead. And then all the kids would have been like...
No, that's not what he would have done. He would have...
John Wayne.
No.
And all the kids would have been like, you're my hero, George Bush. And he'd be like, no, it's not what I'm here to do. Let me finish the story.
No.
You don't think
so?
so?
Sat there and pretended nothing was wrong and been in denial.
They'd be like, there's a bee right here. And he'd be like...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I haven't seen a bee.
What do you mean?
You kids are wrong.
Right.
Gotta tell you something. You're all wrong.
At least Obama was like teaching kids about truth.
They were screaming in terror. They sounded like Nicolas Cage in The Wicker Man.
And
the bees! The bees!
Right, and he didn't say they don't exist. He said that bee that does exist.
But he lied.
And it's okay to be okay. And you keep calm. It's going to be okay. It's not going to hurt you. Bees are good. Okay?
But he had no authority that the bee wasn't going to hurt the kids. There's no way you could make that statement.
Yes, he does. If they had kept calm and listened to the president of the United States, then the bee would never have touched him. Because if you keep calm when it's flying around you, it does not sting you.
It's bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
You know how I know that? Because one time my brother got stung, and he didn't even know there was a bee around.
I'm actually sweating. You're making me so angry.
Oh, I love bees. I'm Nicole.
I didn't say I love bees. I just know that they happen to be important to Earth.
There's two species that I would get rid of immediately if I was in charge of things.
What is that?
First is bees. Second is deer. I would get rid of all bees and all deer. And after that, we'd be in a much better place.
Deer are a little bit annoying, and they're very dirty.
They're the worst animal. All they do is run out onto the highway and kill people.
And mess up cars and mess up your garden, and they do. They're a hot mess.
I'm too much of a pussy to be part of hunting culture. Like, I couldn't shoot an animal, but that's because that's my ovaries acting up.
Totally.
But I applaud the fact that there were real men out there who will go out and shoot some deer.
I don't applaud it.
Why?
And I'm such a
Because
carnivore.
you'd rather have a deer just jump in front of your car and kill your family.
But
Is that
that's not
why?
why they're not people don't hunt because they're trying to rid us of that issue.
They're saving us.
No, they're not. That's not the point of hunting. It's
I don't know
it's
about
a
that.
sport, dude.
Well, I like that sport.
Apparently.
If the reward is less deers running in front of my car, good.
You love it so much, you're strapping that gun onto your back.
No, I'm too much of a pussy for that. I can't handle myself there. But if there was a group of bee hunters, I'd be all for it.
You would join them.
I'd say, like, when people go and they're like, we're going to get the hive and we're just going to get the queen out and that will save things, I go, no. Just light the whole thing on fire. Just light the hive on fire, and none of those bees are surviving that.
So ignorant of you. Have you ever watched those like Discovery like specials about bees? Like, does it totally does your skin crawl when you see the people that go in?
I would never watch a Discovery Channel show about bees.
That harvest honey and the bees are all over their bee suit that they're wearing, and it freaks you out.
I don't even consider those people humans.
Oh, they're not.
No, because I could never do that. It's terrifying. Jay in California.
What up, God?
What up?
What up?
Hey, yo, first of all, thanks for having Action Bronson on a couple weeks ago. I'm going to see that dude in Santa Cruz this weekend.
I saw him last week when he released the album. He puts on a hell of a show.
Well, thanks for the invite.
Did you get one of those flat screens he handed out to the crowd?
He did. Action Bronson went up on stage and he got flat screen TVs and he threw them out into the audience.
I love that man.
Like in the box and everything. He's just inciting a riot. It's incredible.
He's the best.
Hey, Sam, so have you ever had a Brazilian bee sting? Or, Nicole, have you ever given a Brazilian bee sting?
I mean, I feel like I'm walking into something that's going to make me look stupid if I answer, no, I've not gotten or given a Brazilian bee sting, unless it's a sex move.
Yeah, you might have. You don't know.
It's when you're butt fucking a chick and the tip of your dick gets stung by a turd in her colon.
Nope, never happened. I can honestly say that never happened.
All right. Well, thanks, Jay. Thank you for just checking the facts on that.
I mean, I learned something new today.
It's important. Tyler in Maryland.
How we doing?
Fabulous. Lee.
I want to just tell Nicole that deer hunting is not just a sport, for real. You have to hunt them because there's millions, as Sam was saying, millions that are ruining people's lives out there.
They are.
Make you happy, Nicole?
So it's not a sport. It's because you're trying to help humanity by hunting them.
Yes.
Well, exactly, for a little bit.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like,
Also,
Guess what? If you're helping humanity and it happens to be a bunch of fun for people to shoot deer, so be it. I hope you have a good time helping humanity.
Hey, Tyler,
Captain Planet had a blast doing what he was doing. It didn't make him less of a hero.
That makes that helps you sleep at night.
He goes, exactly. I'm like Captain fucking Planet. I'm a deer hunter.
4 rifles. So.
Yeah, you're the man. Thank you for your service.
If that helps you sleep at night, that's,
He's winning the war against deers right now.
Deers. You did. You said it.
Well, I corrected myself,
You
though.
did.
And that's an important lesson for everybody to learn.
Scramps.
No, it's okay to say deers. That's okay. It's good. It's good. Matt in California.
Hey,
What's up?
we still talking about the bee conversation.
Well, I will talk about that for the rest of my life. I feel passionate
I
about
want
it.
to throw in there that basically what Nicole was saying earlier, when one dies, when it stings you, there's a hive mentality. They have a hive mind. So when it dies, it sends a signal to all the other bees. They probably don't learn anything from it, but it does send a signal to them.
And then they all get mad and they go, kill the humans. They just killed one of ours.
Okay, now you're misinforming.
It's like that movie Mars Attacks.
They don't kill anything. Okay.
Oh, bees have never killed anyone.
Yes, if you're allergic and you're in what's it called, My Girl 2.
Since bees have never killed anybody, I'd like to take a little phone call from Scott in New Jersey. Welcome to the show, Scott.
Wow, that couldn't have been set up more perfectly.
I'm a professional broadcaster.
That was phenomenal. What a segue.
And if you go to salon.com, also a journalist. But go on.
Apparently, Nicole has never seen the movie My Girl when they killed Macaulay Culkin at the end.
All he wanted was his glasses back.
Okay.
Macaulay Culkin, he's like, oh, let me go grab my glasses. And the bees are like, oh, look at this little wiener kid. I'm going to kill him. And Anna Chlumsky is going to cry her little eyes out.
First of all, it's not sh. It makes a k sound. It's Klumsky. And secondly,
all I know is Dan Aykroyd buried Macaulay Culkin because of some bees.
Well, he had a little business going on, okay? But listen, the thing about it is that he was not just all innocent. It was an accident, but he stepped on the hive, and so they go into survival mode. You're trying to kill us and destroy our home, and he happened to be allergic, and so they swarmed him, and he Why?
He wanted his fucking glasses. He couldn't see
How
anything.
is it survival mode if they die when they sting someone? They're essentially all on suicide mission.
Right.
See,
they're kamikazes.
Right, exactly. You're saying they're fighting for survival, and I'm saying they're suicide bombers. They're like any other insurgent in this country.
In that one scene in the movie, they were fighting for survival.
No, they weren't. They were fighting us because they hate our freedom.
That's what it is.
Bees can't stand them. We just walk around like, hey, isn't it great being people? And bees are like, we hate you for your freedoms. We hate you for your liberties.
Right.
And we're going to sting you until you die.
God, I wept at that scene, BT.
Oh, well, you know what? You know how that could have been avoided?
Well, the bees were all eradicated from Earth, apparently,
And
according to Sam.
I'm going to tell you something else. You know how we could get rid of all bee allergies?
Get rid of bees?
Ding.
Or just carry around, what are they called?
Inhalers?
The thing? No, the EpiPens. If you happen to be allergic, just carry the EpiPen and you're good to go. Maybe if Macaulay had been a little bit more responsible, had his EpiPen ready to go, that wouldn't have happened.
He's an 11-year-old without his glasses. Okay?
So angry at you right now.
Why? Because I want Macaulay Culkin to be okay? Trucker Bob in Missouri.
Well, Sam, I hate to disagree with you. First, you can't afford to pay nobody $10 to pollinate. And it's not just flowers, you'd lose your fruits. Don't you like to eat a good piece of fruit every once in a while?
You know what I like? Artificial sweeteners.
He does.
You know what changed my life? When I realized vanilla Pepsi is back for the summer. I'm like, the season is finally here. I went to 7-Eleven and I was like, there's vanilla Pepsi in the cooler. Things really are looking up for primetime Sam Roberts.
I do agree with you on one thing. I do love to kill a deer, butcher that sucker, and eat him.
Good. Good for you, Trucker Bob. I support you. I support Trucker Bob, except for the bee thing. Because I'd much rather just have some Skittles instead of an apple.
Yeah, I know you would.
That's me.
Yeah, we know.
That's me. You're telling me you'd rather apple is more delicious than Skittles?
I mean, depending on the moment, depending the state that I'm in.
Taste the fucking rainbow.
And not just normal Skittles. I'm much more of a sour Skittle girl.
See? Oh, no, I have a green apple if I want something sour and sweet.
I mean, it's much healthier.
Oh, yeah, great. Justin in Washington.
Hey, how's it going, Sam?
Good, pal.
Good. How's you doing, Nicole?
Doing okay. What's going on?
Good. I just want to say, if we're going to eradicate anything in the world, we need to eradicate mosquitoes.
Yeah, amen.
They serve zero purpose to anything, and I think those little itchy bastards just need to go away, period.
Yeah, look, I'm not a mosquito guy. I'm not an advocate for mosquitoes. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have a mosquito bite than a bee sting.
Are you one of the people that, like, do you have sweet blood? Do you get, like, destroyed in the summertime? Sweet blood. Like, I get destroyed. Like, I got destroyed just going out down to Miami for Ultra Festival.
I mean, I guess I must. I'll have vanilla Pepsi. It has to go somewhere, right?
No, but all joking aside, do you, like your legs, your ankles, and your arms?
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, and a lot of people are going to get shocked by this, Sam Roberts and the outdoors do not agree.
Really?
You're talking about whether it's sunburns, general exhaustion, mosquito bites, skinned knees. No, it doesn't work for me.
The thing about it is bees, okay, they do sting, so they do something horrible, but they also serve a purpose to Earth. Mosquitoes serve zero purpose. All they do is suck blood. They're little itty-bitty, natty vampires. Okay? And the fact that you'd be willing to take them over a bee is bizarre to me.
I would take them over a bee.
It's weird.
I would. And they don't buzz. And bees are very scary.
The buzzing sound annoys you so much.
They're very scary.
Do you have, what is it, GND, general noise disorder?
I don't know what you're talking about anymore. I think the lunch drinks are catching up with you. Joey in Colorado. What's up, Joey? Now you're taking too long. No,
you're taking too long.
I'm going to keep you on hold. Let's go to Larry in D.C.
Hi, good afternoon.
What's up, buddy?
I'm 67 years old, and this is my first time calling a radio station.
That's how passionate I got everybody fired up here on Sam Roberts' show.
Okay. All I want to say is that President Bush would have thrown his shoe at the bees.
He knew exactly what he would have done. He knows exactly how to handle a situation like that.
You throw a shoe?
Let me tell you something. President Bush had a shoe thrown at him. He ducked, he weaved, he continued on with his speech. Okay? President Obama had a bee floating around and he couldn't control anybody. Anybody.
Okay, I mean...
Anybody.
I want to stab you.
I want to sting you. Hunter in Maine.
Hey, you kind of touched upon it already, but I just wanted to clarify. Nicole is pro-B and then acknowledges that they're suicide bombers. Nicole, are you pro-suicide bomber?
No,
That's the question on
no.
everybody's mind, because that's how it comes across, is the only thing.
No, I am not. Okay?
That I don't believe you. And, Sam, I have a question. When does the big announcement happen? When are you going to announce that you're getting your own show 5 days a week?
You know, I would think that anybody listening to the last 45 minutes of radio would have to think to themselves, this is something that has to be on all the time on our platform.
What are they waiting for?
Nobody has done with bees what Sam Roberts and Nicole Ryan have done with bees today. Listen, it's not up to me.
Tackling
Okay?
the hard-hitting issues.
When I can make an announcement, I will make an announcement. I know there are a lot of interested parties in this building. But you know what? People being interested in Sam Roberts is not exactly news to me.
No. I believe in you, Sam.
But thank you for asking Hunter and Maine, and thank you, Nicole.
All right, buddy.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Chris in Pittsburgh. Chris.
What's up? You hear me?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yo, I'm with Nicole on this one with the bees. The bees are cool. Like, at least they're fucking working.
Yeah.
But the ones I hate are wasps. They're angry assholes. They do nothing on Earth. They're just pissed off and they just fuck with people. That's what they do.
And look, I'm good. I'm taking out bees, wasps, the whole species. Every sort of thing that comes off that tree is gone.
Oh, you want them all? Because I thought it was just bees. You were fine with mosquitoes and fine with wasps and fine.
A mosquito is not in the bee family. It's just swallowing flies as well. That's ridiculous.
It bites and sucks your blood. And you're
so
fine
does
with
Dracula.
that?
Dracula's not a bee, he's a bat.
And you're fine with Dracula.
I'll get to Dracula when I get to Dracula.
You and Dracula are boys.
I'm worried about bees right now. That's a ridiculous argument, Nicole. Jim in Virginia.
Hey, Sam, hey, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, pal?
Hey, I'm kind of on the fence with the bees. I'm definitely with you with the deers, but I need to know, what are you going to do about the motherfucking bears?
All right, well, it's
Nicole,
deer. It's just deer.
Nicole, should we talk about the bears?
I don't want to go back to that because we talked about this a few shows ago. And
If you can find it on YouTube, I'm sure you can find out exactly how I feel about bears.
Yeah, but the bears were related to Ebola.
Look, the bears are a threat to the human race, but that's a much more complicated issue. Bees, I will exterminate today. Deer, I will exterminate today. Nicole, I'm glad we can have this discussion together.
Me too.
And I feel like now you're better equipped to make a call as to who you think the president should be.
Yeah, I do too. I feel.
Do you feel learned more?
Yeah, I just feel like I've got a lot more information. I can really sit down and build a pros and cons list because of this beat conversation.
Well, listen. Actually, let's go to Phil in Colorado. He's been waiting on hold for 45 minutes. Phil, you there, Phil?
He's jerking off.
You there, Phil?
Waiting.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
Yes, I'm here. Hey, Sam.
Yeah?
What qualities do you need to do talk radio? What qualities would one person need to have to do talk radio?
I guess the ability to bring up bees for 45 minutes and keep the phones lit the entire time would be one quality.
Yeah, that works.
Well, your stupidity is...
I mean, there's like 20 people on the line waiting to talk that he's probably going to hang up on, so...
Unbelievable on that topic, and it proves my point. You have no experiences to bring to the table.
Why are you hating so much? Don't be mean to him.
I understand. A lot of times people hate because they ain't. And so, it's one of those scenarios. Look, Phil, I understand your criticism. I appreciate your point of view. But if I can keep you on hold for 45 minutes to make this point, it couldn't have been that tough to listen to.
Agreed.
Thank you very much, Phil.
Good day.
All right.
Pretty sure his name was Bill.
Well, we'll call him Phil for the time being. Listen, it only gets better from here. Again, the phones are still... Literally every phone line is lit up. However, I don't want to talk about bees anymore because Jason Biggs is coming in. Jason Biggs, you remember we talked to Elizabeth Moss? By the way, I don't want to toot my own horn, but Mr. Shouldn't Be on Radio, if you go to salon.com and check the most read articles section, you can see there's an article about our interview, Nicole, with Elizabeth Moss and her comments on Scientology.
So uncomfortable, but obviously it worked. I was so uncomfortable when you asked that question, but hey, it works.
That interview's up on the YouTube channel right now. You can get that after the show, because right now we got a lot of show to do. When we come back, Jason Biggs, who is also in the Heidi Chronicles with Elizabeth Moss, you know him from American Pie, you know him from Orange is the New Black, always a great guest, Jason Biggs, right after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sam Roberts Show, and we welcome back to Sam Roberts Show Jason Biggs.
What's up, Sam?
How are you doing, man?
I'm good, dude. How are you?
I'm great.
It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, too. A lot of stuff is happening. What's a bigger deal to you right now, your professional life or your personal life?
Well, I mean...
Or are you molding them together?
You know, that's actually a really good question.
I thought so, too.
Hold on, how do I adjust the volume on this?
It's right next to you. Yeah.
There it is. Oh, sorry. Hello, 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 hello.
Is that better?
That's it. Wait, is that it? Is that it? Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
You know, I think... I think I try to separate them, truthfully, but inevitably they kind of end up molding.
Yeah.
Melding? What's the word?
Morphing together. Morphing into one.
Yeah, a little bit. But I will say this. Both are great right now. I'm very, very lucky. But, you know, if we're going to play the game of, you know, sort of which is better or which is about, I mean, listen, my personal life, I've got a kid who is walking and starting to talk and every day blowing my mind. Like, you know, there's something new every day. And so there's nothing like, do you have kids? You don't have kids.
No, I don't have kids.
There's nothing like it. I mean, there's nothing, you know, listen, I go out on stage every night, and then when I'm out there and that audience is laughing or when you can tell that they're, you know, gripped in a moment, and that is a rush unlike any other, until then I get home and my kid walks up to me and, you know, puts his arms out for you, and you go, oh, yeah, okay, well, I guess that's pretty bad. That's actually better.
You like it better. The little things are...
Yeah. Well, certainly what it does is it puts things in perspective, that's for sure. It
like
definitely,
this is actually real life now that I'm experiencing.
Yeah. And it just makes you appreciate everything else in a different way as well, I think, for the better. You know, it's you know, like I appreciate my professional life more because I have, you know, a greater appreciation for all of these other wonderful blessings in my personal life. I don't know. Why are we getting so goddamn deep on the first question,
Because
Sam?
we've done this before. I can't do the, wind up, tell me about your latest. I saw Heidi Chronicles, so I'm all up on that.
When did you see it?
Last week, because Elizabeth was here.
Yeah. So you saw it before she came?
Right. I saw the show.
You should have come backstage, man. I would have loved to say hi.
Well, I don't have any way to contact you.
I mean,
I guess.
You could have tweeted at me, and also if you had just come backstage and said, you know...
I know that guy.
Who said Sam Roberts from
right.
Sam Roberts
you
series.
Known.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, next time, maybe I'll go back. And I'll bring somebody else. I'll be like, oh, you know, we should just go back and say, hey.
Yeah, well, now I won't. You blew it. No, if you had, I mean, last week, right. I would have loved to have seen you. But now I'm no.
Well, this is why I'm wondering about your professional and your personal life melding and morphing together, because the show that I went to was the show that your wife, Jenny, was at Instagramming, because I picked up my phone during intermission, and I was scrolling through Instagram, and I see a photo of you and your wife making out.
Kissing.
Right.
Yes.
Like backstage at the show that I'm watching.
Yeah, right as I was about to come out for the wedding scene, actually. That's funny. Yeah, and I loved her caption for it. Something like,
just making sure you're
just popping in to make sure he's not
fucking
co-stars. Got to keep dibs on him.
Yeah.
It's like, what a bitch. It's so funny because she's so transparent. Like I was walking her out to the stage door. She was going to leave. She was leaving then, and I was about to come out and do that second scene because she had just popped in to visit me. And as she's leaving, she's like, come here, kiss me. And I'm like, okay. But it was it's like, of course we would kiss goodbye, but she was like, come here, kiss me. And then you feel the selfie arm go up.
Oh, and this is
and
a
I'm like,
social
Jen,
media
what are you
kiss.
doing? Yeah. I'm like, oh man, what are you doing?
So she had the idea for the joke.
Oh, but yeah.
Then she was like, oh, I got to get a photo to go with the joke.
Yeah, it was only about the joke.
Oh.
I think she might have only come to the theater for the Instagram photo, to tell you the truth. Here I am thinking, oh, baby's coming to visit me. It's a two-show day. I'm not going to be home for a while.
Right.
She was in Midtown. It's like, great. No, she came for a goddamn Instagram post.
For the Instagram post.
Yeah.
And that's why, do you tell her at all? Do you have any thing where you're like, stop? Because she's writing another book now.
Yes. Not only you're kidding. She's in Morocco right now as we speak, basically writing a chapter of her next book.
Just experiencing.
Yeah. Well, it has to do with, if you follow her on Instagram,
yes,
then you would know that she got a rug. Bought a rug from a women's collective in the Atlas Mountains, who she has basically befriended via social media, and ended up getting invited to their village, and she flew to Morocco to go and be with these women in the Atlas Mountains so she can experience this and write about it.
So do you have to tell her, I'm trying to have a personal and private life. Please stop filling our life with things that you're obviously just doing to write about in a book later.
Listen, I tried that.
Or on Instagram or whatever it is.
I don't anymore. I tried that maybe 5 years ago.
Right.
I don't know. When did she sign up for Instagram? I tried it the first 2 months after she signed up for Instagram, and then it was like, okay, this is not working. But
maybe some stuff should just be ours. And she's like, no.
No, it is. No, you own nothing. We have nothing. But listen, we do, despite what, our social media pages might, the impression they might give, we do have stuff that is ours. And, but that it's not to say that conversation hasn't happened sometimes, particularly as it pertains to our kid, that's always a thing.
Right.
So for the longest time, and still, she doesn't show his, face in photos, because the reason being, that, other magazines are more likely to take the photo
and publish it.
Yeah, if there's not a censor bar through his face. So she started putting, because that happened, the one photo that she posted without anything, Us Weekly ran it, and she was like, what? So then she started putting censor bars through Sid's face, and it actually worked. Nothing else has been published.
Right, because they're not going to. But then it starts to build this anticipation. Well, I have a friend who had a kid recently, and he's not in show business or anything, but still he doesn't let his wife show the face, just the back of the head or feet or whatever. So the minute that I saw him and he showed me on his phone, oh yeah, this is a little Joe.
You're like, oh, he's so ugly. I was picturing a good-looking kid this whole time based on his feet.
I didn't realize it'd be happening. I thought I was seeing a celebrity. I'm like, that's the kid from Instagram. That's what he looks like.
That's amazing. Yeah. I'm getting a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah,
this is insane.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But that's
hilarious.
That's what happens. And I guess you also have to figure out if you want to, at some point, you got to let your kid figure out if they want to post photos of themselves everywhere, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
So how long do you do the show before you can do stuff like that? Right before you go out on stage, you can just take a selfie with your wife or something. In the beginning, there must be much more focus.
Yeah, I would say it was a good couple of weeks. I would say the first 2 weeks of previews were okay, breathing exercise,
right?
Nerves, jitters,
just telling people to stay away.
Well, I'm never that serious, but I wasn't. I was just maybe a little bit more rigid in whatever sort of preparation I may have had, which is very little, but it wasn't. I wasn't really goofing around as much as I certainly am now.
Right.
I mean, and I'll tell you what, our very first performance, our dress rehearsal, but it was our first audience. I went blank in a scene, in the TV studio scene. I spaced on a line, just fell into a really dark hole. Like, it was like a sand pit that I just, I couldn't get out of. I was just sinking and just,
Is it just that you concentrate on the fact that you don't remember that line and you're not going to remember the next one or the next one?
And then that's it. And it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And you're in this like abyss of just blackness, and you literally like step out of your body. It's like an out of body experience, and it's so, and you could hear and feel everything, and it's terrible. Sweat's building on my forehead. And it was all probably 3 seconds.
And nobody in the audience noticed.
I'm sure. And in fact, I did tell my wife later. My wife and my sister were both at that dress rehearsal, and my wife was like, I couldn't even tell. My sister was like, yeah, I could tell. I'm like, well, that's you bitch. You're my sister.
Your wife was like, well, now that she said it, no, I could tell that too.
No, that was exactly it. Really? She was, oh yeah, right. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess you did miss something. But it was like, it was really kind of a shock to my system, because I've never really gone up on my lines like that before. I've maybe like skipped a line, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, that's done, but I'm still on track and I'll just move forward. But I've never actually not known how to get out. Like it was just like deer in headlights. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Like this, like an actor's nightmare. Basically that nightmare that we have.
Right.
That literally every actor has. I was having it. And eventually I got, one of the other actresses, she kind of gave me a feed, and
you found a line and you could get back.
Yeah. And we got back, and we ended up skipping some shit, but like whatever, we got back and the show was fine and moved on. And after the show, I laughed about it. It was like, oh my God, okay, it happened to me. Great, whatever, no big deal. I didn't beat myself up about it. But what did happen was the next day before the show, as I'm about to go out there, I had more nerves than I've ever had before a show in my life. Because now it was like, oh, it could happen again. Like, I'm not impervious to
because
it.
You knew that line before you went out there.
Dude, I knew of course.
Right.
So now I was like, oh God, maybe not even that line. Maybe it's some other line. Maybe it's this. And I have some chunks that we all do. And so I was like freaked out. So it took about a week, literally, for my nerves were really kind of crazy that first week, and then eventually settled down. But then you get also kind of nervous. Then I got nervous. We all kind of got nervous. That last week of previews, critics are there. And so
it's gotta be perfect.
So, well, you try not to go in with that attitude, but you kind of end up thinking, after when a show's over, you go, oh fuck, I messed that up, and then this and or this show was better than that. You try to not do that, but inevitably you do. And anyway, long story short, once we were past all that crap, then it was just like, great, whatever. It really calmed down, and
that's got to be the good part about doing 8 shows or however many shows you do a week. That after a week, that's intensive enough that you've got it.
Exactly right. So
is Elizabeth Moss like looking at you like, I'm in every scene in this play. I'm not memorizing your lines too.
Yeah, no, you totally. Oh my God. Yeah. But it's this weird thing where like, the whole play, cause even scenes I'm not in, like I'll be backstage and I can talk along with the play. It's just like you hear it so much. It's just like beat into your head that it's like, and Jenny, my wife, I mean, she's seen it 3 times, but she's visited a couple times, and she now, like, she knows the play. Like, it's this weird thing. Because also, for the most part, our deliveries are generally the same. We might play around here and there, but for the most part, it's being spoken in such a way that you can it's fairly predictable if you're involved in it. So I know the timing of it is so specific and the whole thing. So it becomes like this second language.
Is there anything that breaks? Because last week when Elizabeth Moss was on, she was talking about the April Fool's Day prank.
Yeah.
Putting the pie fucker photo in the baby, in the baby cradle or whatever.
It was so good. So, yeah, so
is there anything that would actually break you?
Well, it made me laugh. I definitely laughed. The good news in that moment is that, so the baby she wheels her baby out, and I look into the baby baby cradle, and I'm, it's a happy moment. I'm meant to smile, or have this sweet moment. I just took that smile became kind of, I kind of laughed.
Like, oh, it's a baby.
Yeah, funny baby looking, funny looking, ugly baby, yay.
But baby's having sex with a pie.
yeah, exactly. But it was, I kind of knew it because basically the entire show, people would like they would come off stage, or I would come off stage, and I would get handed one of these things, and it would be a picture of me from the movie fucking the pie with one of their faces cut out on it. So someone in the cast or crew, like, basically. And it was just this weird thing that actually I found out later my dresser, Mikey, did. He put the whole thing in motion. But I would find them, I'd like come back to my dressing room, and there'd be one like on the mirror, there'd be one like, they'd be stashed throughout the theater, and like, it was just, it would be hilarious and whatever. It was just cute and funny. And then the final thing, I noted, I was clocking that Lizzie never gave me one. And then as she was wheeling that baby out, I said to myself, I was like, there's going to be one. And she also, I knew it. And then also she did something that she never does. Again, because you know every little beat so intimately. She looked up at me, and she never really looks up at me in that moment. Yes. And I was like, this bitch, there's going to be a big, and so I looked down in the carriage, and there's this baby doll, and right next to its head is a picture of me fucking the pie with her face on my face, It was like
giving you a wink.
Yeah. Oh, it was hilarious.
How long into it, like when you're working with new people, how long does it take before they realize that, whoa, Mike Fowl, it's not your fault, before they know that you'd be cool with that? Because that's one of those things where if people don't know you, you could be not cool with that at all. Like, okay, that's part of my past, and I know we all know it, but we all kind of move on from our past, and we're doing something new here, guys.
Yeah, Sam, you don't know me at all, if that's what you think I would be saying. I was pretty much... pretty much day one, my sense of humor is, in fact, mostly because I also want to gauge who else is on my sort of level. Like, I'm making jokes that are, like, I'm crossing that line basically right out the gate, and I'm taking inventory of who is laughing and who is not. Because for me, that's everything, And so everyone is pretty clear of where my head's at. And also I'm making pie jokes and myself. The way to, listen, the only way I've found the best way to deal with that is to like get ahead of it. Like I make probably as many pie jokes as anyone.
Right.
Right. So they realized it was cool, and I'm flattered actually, and I actually was quite like, it was really sweet, like that, because I was the only one that they were doing that with that day. Like, I was the April Fool's joke that day, so I was actually flattered. Yeah. I thought it was really sweet.
It's very healthy.
Very healthy.
That's where you're supposed to be. With the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're done with Orange Is the New Black.
I'm not in this season. Whether I'm done remains to be seen.
Would they bring you back for like the fourth season? Like,
I don't
revisit?
know. I would. I mean, the thing is, like, again, they've gone so far off what the real story is now at this point, obviously, because for storytelling purposes they've had to, but the real Larry,
we gotta get some more seasons out of this. It's not about her going home anymore. Exactly. We stay in jail.
It's true.
As long as you can.
No, it's very true.
Yeah.
But then it begs the question, does she eventually get out of jail? Is there a season where she's getting out of jail? Is there a season where Larry comes back into her life? Right. I don't know. The real Larry and the real Piper are together. Again, not that has any bearing on the way the show should or could go. But if the opportunity presents itself, I would love to go back. I love those people over there. I love that role. I love working over there. But it worked out for me. I could do this play. It all is things work out for a reason. So we'll see.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like. So,
who's texting you? An important text?
No, it's my wife.
It's your wife?
Yeah.
Doesn't she know we're doing an interview right now?
Well, but it's wives like yours.
Yeah, she's checking in.
She's checking in to make
she's
sure.
Like, who are you interviewing?
You're not fucking the guy from the pie, are you? That's not how it works. That wasn't my motivation at all. I was reading, too, that now you're going to be vlogging about this play. Is that right?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be vlogging, doing some sort of backstage shenanigans.
Doesn't it get to the point, I understand it's 2015 and everybody's got to be doing everything all of the time, but doesn't it get to the point where you're like, I'm doing the play, isn't that enough?
Kind of, yeah. I'm not going to lie. I committed, and then I started taking footage backstage, and I was like, oh, wait a second. Am I really good to do all this?
Right.
Why did I say yes to this?
But actually, castmates are going to be like,
really
are we
big?
Are we vlogging
really?
Again?
But the good news is, our backstage is really a lot of fun, and there is a lot of fun stuff to capture. So, no, it'll be cool. It'll be cool.
Have you been on a set before where you're like, it starts this is going to be fun, this is going to be great, and you realize we all hate each other?
No, never like hate, never hateful, but more just like, oh, okay, we're gonna have professional relationships.
Right.
You know, we'll show up, we'll work together, we'll be fine, we'll do our scene, everything is good, but we're not gonna like, you know, party and go out after and hang and
be friends.
Be like, yeah, we'll do this gig and then that'll probably be it, you know? I've had those, never where it's been like antagonistic or hateful or like, oh God, get me off this set kind of thing.
Yeah.
Especially for me, because I'm pretty much, I'm entertained even by the biggest assholes. In fact, especially by them. Like, I've worked with some people where I just go, oh my God, really? Like, this is fun.
You get to sit and observe.
Yeah, this is awesome. Like, really?
That guy thinks that this is how people behave.
Yeah, like, you really, dude? Like, this is amazing. So, for me, whatever. It's always kind of like, whatever. But more often than not, I've been very lucky where, you know, I get friends out of these things, and this is definitely one of them. We've had a good time.
I was going to ask, is this the type of thing where, like, you and Elizabeth Moss get along great, and you're having fun behind the scenes and backstage and hanging out after the shows and everything?
Yeah.
In your mind,
we all did karaoke on Thursday. That was fun.
What'd you sing?
I didn't end up singing.
What?
See, here's the difference, though, now. Here's my thing. The problem is that, sure, I'll hang out.
Yeah.
But I got to leave in an hour because my kid's going to be up in 3 hours and I'm going to have to deal with that. That's the difference. Dude, so this is a first. Literally a first.
You can't be like show business dad on tour?
I've been doing this for over 30 years, and this is the first job I've ever done where I am the oldest on set.
Really?
Yep. Well, in the cast. I mean, they're crew members, but of the cast, I am the oldest, and this is the first time that it has ever happened.
What's that like?
It's kind of trippy. I'm also the only one who's married and has a kid.
But are you there? It sounds like, you know, you take so much pride in the kid, and you like being married and everything. Are you kind of ready to be the older guy?
I am. I actually am.
Because you've been the kid forever.
Yeah. No, it actually is kind of, it's actually kind of fun. It feels good.
Because I was actually thinking that when I was watching the play, I was like, okay, you know, even though Orange is the New Black, you're obviously your husband and all that stuff, but like, you know, American Pie and The Graduate was the last Broadway play, and Saving Silverman, you're always kind of the weird, awkward.
Yeah.
This is the first time that I've seen you as like, you're the kind of douchey.
Yep.
Grown up.
Adult. Yeah.
Asshole dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fully realized kind of guy. Like he's
like that's the guy who works on Wall Street
has
or whatever.
been through shit.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You've seen him post stuff.
Right.
You know, most of my characters are you see them during things or coming of age.
You finally come of age.
Yeah, this is like, oh, I've been of age for a minute, and it's actually kind of rad.
I'm a man of a certain age at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty great.
What did Elizabeth Moss sing at karaoke then?
She sang. What did she sing? Oh, she actually sang a song from the play. Actually, it was like I think one of the Hall & Oates songs or something.
Oh, when they go to
out of the TV studio,
differentiate like decades and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
They go with music.
The scene transitions. Yeah.
So, but what I was going to ask was, is this now in your head? Does it translate into something where we're probably going to be friends for a while after this, or it doesn't live within the?
No.
project?
I'm pretty good at being able to get a sense of those things, and I feel like we'll as a group we'll stay in touch pretty well. You know, we even when we're like not together on the show or even our days off, there's texts going around and funny stuff and whatever, and you know, ultimately it'll be about sort of geography, I think. You know, if Jenny and I end up back in LA, most of them are based here. Lizzie's based here, so you know, we'll see. But
I was about to say, you just have conversations about geography with these people.
That's basically all we'll have. Yeah. That's what we do. We sit around.
Map?
You know, Rand McNally once said.
Do you get like? How long have you been married?
7 years in a few weeks.
Is that right?
7 years on the 22nd.
Oh, geez, it's way longer than I thought.
Yeah, dude, me too.
Yeah. So, do you get overly close with female cast members, or is that not something you do, or is that something that your wife just understands and it doesn't get jealous about?
I don't get overly close with it. I mean,
Because you have to form some kind of, not that you sleep with everyone, but there has to be some kind of emotional connection.
But I sleep with some of them. Yeah, I sleep with some, a lot.
Elizabeth Moss specifically.
Yeah, well, obviously I slept with her, but, but yeah, no, I wouldn't say she's understanding of that. No. No, she expects me to have a professional relationship with them, and personal if it's friendship. I mean, she knows that Lizzie and I are friends, and that I have some, other friends, and, who are ladies who I've worked with and whatever, but like, there has to be boundaries.
And you've had to walk the line before.
Yeah, there has to be clear-cut boundaries. There has to be.
Who sets are you good now at setting the boundary
I'm pretty
yourself,
good.
Or does she put you in check?
No, I'm pretty good about it. In fact, I might even say that I'm better about it, because she has a sort of, her definition of a boundary is a little bit looser than mine, I think. So I'm usually the one telling her, like, really? You're just going to go out to dinner with that guy who you used to date and just like hang out? You haven't seen him in a few years, and the last you told me about him, you said he was still in love with you, but okay. And
but now he just wants to be friends.
Yeah, but she'll play it like, but I'm not like, oh, I think he's gross. I just want to I think he's whatever. We're just going to have dinner. And it's like, that's still not right. No, I get it that from your end it's fine, but just imagine if the role was switched.
Right.
What would you be saying? You'd be saying, like, no, you're not going out with that girl who's still in love with you.
Right. And then she's like, well, whatever, I'm going anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how that conversation. Yeah. You're right. I have to go to dinner.
Yeah, you're right. Now, please, I'm already late.
Yeah. Well, listen, don't be late to the Heidi Chronicles.
Don't be late. You won't be able to sit.
That's right.
They won't seat you.
That's right. It's on Broadway now. You can go to the Heidi Chronicles on Broadway.com. You can get tickets. At some point, you can watch some vlogs somewhere.
Yeah.
Jason Biggs.
Sam.
I'm glad you got a lot going on, so you can come by here often and we can rekindle our relationship.
And even if I don't have anything going on, I'm always happy to come in here and talk to you about our crazy wives.
You should. You should come in here and just chat sometime.
I'm happy to do that.
It's done.
Great.
Thanks for
Sam.
stopping by. We'll be back with a lot more Sam Roberts. Do I need to feel better about myself?
I'm there.
I'm just like, fuck it, man. Let's just not even discuss it, man. Welcome back to Sam Roberts Show. Thanks to Jason Biggs for stopping by.
Yes.
So much going on today. As promised, there will be an Apple Watch attached to Katie Linendoll coming in here in a little bit.
No way.
I promise.
Exciting.
And you know that voice. Nicole Ryan, of course, is here. But that wasn't her voice. That was Bob Kelly's voice.
I hate this microphone.
Why?
Because I have to hunch my head.
You're already complaining.
I'm not complaining. I've never complained.
Okay.
I like the other. This one that you have to turn your head like
swap?
this. No, I don't want to swap.
Okay.
Because I love you. I don't
love
want
you
you to
more.
hunch your head.
New York comedic actor / broadcaster, Robert Kelly is here. A lot of people very excited about what's going on with Robert Kelly right now. Because if you go to robertkellylive.com, you can see that he's got a new special.
Yes.
He produced it. He put the money into it.
Wow.
It is the vision that Robert Kelly saw, and it's fulfilled, and you can now own it for a donation of $5.
Wow.
Or more.
Or more.
If you want to pay a little
This
more,
is
go
why
ahead.
I love the way we did the special, because Comedy Central, Netflix bought it. They bought it, which is great. That's what you want.
Right.
Right.
But if they do it, you don't really make money. You know what I mean? You don't really make that much money. And they own it, and they can do whatever. They are at one time, and blah, blah. Now that
That's
we
what
own
that Drake song was all about, too. 10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands. Fuck it, man. It's about getting money, Bob.
Fuck it, man.
Exactly.
You, Sam.
That's exactly it.
Fuck it, man.
Hey,
Let's
man.
just not even discuss it,
Listen,
man.
let's just watch the language a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I forgot.
I mean, one fuck it is good.
Right.
The angry fuck it, the second one, we didn't need.
Like, it's uncensored, but that doesn't mean we take advantage.
Right.
But no, we shouldn't. We should take the high road and find the funny in the motherfucking other way.
You're right.
But
You're right.
no, it's great. I love it that we did it, because we couldn't have done it 5 years ago. It just wouldn't have been. Just couldn't have happened. Now that we can, raise the money, and that these companies exist that let you sell it off of your website for $5 or whatever you want, it's great. So I love it.
And by the way,
I have a very big gift for you too. By the way,
do I get it right now?
Yeah, you want it right now?
I would love. Yes,
it's massive. Do you want to try to guess what it is?
You brought nothing for me?
Baby, if I knew you were going to be here, I only would have got a gift for you.
Oh.
Is the gift a part of your body?
No.
Okay, first
No.
guess is out the window. Then I
First
won't
of all,
go.
That wouldn't be a gift.
You don't force gifts. Yeah.
That would be a form of. Yeah. God, do I love her? I want to give the gift to her now. I didn't know she was
can't
going to
have
be
it.
here. Why?
It's Sam Roberts' show and it's possessive.
I'm going to get her a gift, though. I will get her a
Well, you
gift.
can do whatever you want after this, but the gift is for me, whatever
Okay.
it is.
All right, great. You ready? You want to try to guess?
Is it a bandolier? Because
No,
if it's a
not
bandolier, you've
yeah.
given me one.
First of all, it's a Go Runner, is what it's called. And I got my new Go Runner in the mail, and it has the new mini iPad attachment.
So what's a Go Runner?
It's a bandolier.
It's not
What's a bandolier?
A bandolier is like a Girl Scout sash with pockets.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a sash, and it has all these pockets in it. And for about a year, Bob Kelly was telling everybody that he knew that you have to get a bandolier. It's like an upgraded fanny pack. I traveled with Bob to Las Vegas a year or two ago, and he said that I got to JFK to start the trip, and Bob was like, Sam, come here.
Okay.
And I walk over to him, and he goes, I'm going to need you to wear this for the remainder of the trip. And he puts a bandolier on me, and then he starts handing me gum. He starts handing me a comb.
To fill it.
He starts handing me cough drops, and he's like, and from now on, for the rest of the weekend, if I need a cough drop, I'm going to need to call you over and bring me a cough drop, and you need to have it on you.
You just made him your bitch boy?
Yeah, it wasn't my bitch boy. It was my bandolier boy.
Okay, can I see this thing?
Yeah, we can bring it up for you.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, if you want to pull it up on that computer. But
It's actually it's the updated fanny pack.
Okay.
I mean,
Now-
but
What?
that is a little misleading because there was a point when the fanny pack was very popular. The bandolier simply never took off.
But a fanny pack goes around your waist, and a bandolier, if it's like
It's
a
a
Girl Scout
sash.
thing, it goes across your chest.
It's a sash across your chest. It's like the strap of a messenger bag with no bag.
But it's actually it has a place for your.
Wow,
your,
this thing is awesome.
It has a place for your. Did you bring it up? I'm bringing it up. Why you don't know yet?
It is in front of you.
Here we go. You ready? Hand-free carry-all. Look at that. How great is that?
I mean, I dig the pink one.
I mean,
It's
come
not
on.
great. It's not great.
Look at that. Look
where,
at that.
So where are we at today? You didn't bring me a bandolier.
No, I did not bring you a bandolier.
What did you bring me?
I brought you.
You said this was an OMG gift.
It's an OMG gift.
Okay.
Because there's not that many of them.
And I want you to tell you something. Katie Linendoll is coming in here with an iWatch or an Apple Watch.
It's well,
in a
bring
couple of
the
minutes.
Expectations down.
Okay.
It's not. Actually, I did get you an Apple Watch.
Oh my God!
I'm kidding. I did not. No. What if I did? How great would that be? If I
boy,
had
would
Apple
you
Watches for everybody?
Would you be stealing the thunder out from Katie Linendoll before she gets here?
No, I don't have that. I don't even know where to get one of those yet.
Well, show me what you got.
I mean, you're
ready?
digging around.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
We got stuff
do
to do
this.
today. What is that?
Oh my God.
That is OMG.
Is that going to fit?
Okay,
Sam?
that
Well, I
looks
didn't-
very small.
Well, I didn't know if you're a woman's medium or a man's
I mean, that
medium.
might fit
so
my boobs.
I got.
Oh
got
my
two.
God.
Now this might this wouldn't fit you, right?
I mean, it would be a little tight around the chesticle
Which is
area,
the way
but
we want it.
yeah.
All right, so is this not going to fit you?
That is
I thought
a Robert Kelly live at the Village Underground T-shirt, but
Extra small.
It's a schmedium. It's a woman's schmedium.
Well, I thought that's what you wore.
I wear a men's medium.
I'm wearing it to bed tonight if I can have that.
You can have it. I'm going to give it to her then. If it
Well, it's
doesn't
not
fit
gonna.
you-
If it's not a men's medium, no, it doesn't fit me.
I thought you were a woman's medium.
Why would I be a woman's
'Cause
medium?
that's what I want you to be in my brain. I want you to be a woman's medium.
Well, it's very exciting for you, Nicole. It's not going to fit me.
I kind of want to go put it on.
Go put it on. I'll take a picture. I'll use you
We'll put it
as
on.
the promo.
Put it on during the break.
Yeah, we'll put it on.
Don't get too
That's
excited.
why he's
All right.
a broadcaster.
Don't get too excited because before I got to get to this.
Okay.
You excited about Bruce Jenner's interview?
When
My
is this
DVR is
happening?
already set.
When is this happening?
Don't you think it's a little much?
Don't care. No, it's awesome. I cannot wait.
Diane Sawyer is interviewing Bruce Jenner about making his transition.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, but I mean I know a lot of transgender people, so
Yeah.
it's not like oh my god to me.
That's to me too. I
Yeah,
think it's
I know.
2015, and it's like, do we
Yeah.
have to prep for a month
No.
to announce on this interview that this guy is going to announce that he's a transgender person?
But you don't have to stand. There's a lot of people still alive that remember him from being the dude
Right.
on the Wheaties box.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's not just about any transgender person.
Right.
This is Bruce Jenner was an icon.
he was the man you wanted to be.
Right.
That that little America and Wheaties and your father would say, this is what you want to strive to be.
Right.
A triathlete.
So it's that
Throw
much
a
more-
javelin.
But you know what?
Yeah.
You kind of have already, over the years, you've already lost that image of him. He spent 5 years with the Kardashians.
He's the only guy to ever make the triathlete cool. Or whatever he did. I don't even know what it was.
I don't even know what
but
it was.
He was the only one that made throwing a ball and a discus.
Wait, was it a triathlete or decathlon?
Decathlon.
Doesn't matter.
It was a decathlon.
Doesn't matter. You know what?
Decathlon.
It doesn't matter because the only thing anybody's talking about is, oh, you mean the dad of the Kardashians?
Yeah, but now he's going to be the guy who became the girl.
Right.
He's not going to be that anymore.
He'll be the transgender.
I think it's going to be interesting.
Did you hear how dramatic the promo was?
Yeah, it's so awful.
Okay, you got to hear this this teaser promo, Bobby. Listen.
Bruce Jenner, the interview, the journey, the decisions, the future, the Diane Sawyer exclusive. Friday, April 24th at 9/8 Central on ABC.
That's not real.
It's such a cop out. It was so weak.
No, that
it's
is
real.
100% real.
It's real.
No, Troy made that.
No, he didn't.
It's real. Google
it's too
it.
much. Listen.
Bruce Jenner.
Isn't that the music for this?
That's the music.
The decisions.
And that dramatic dialogue.
The Diane Sawyer exclusive. Friday, April.
And the whole time they're playing this, they won't show his face. They're showing the back of his head.
Yeah.
They're being very secretive. Like, wait till you see what happens.
It's like a silhouette.
So he made it. It's over.
I don't think he made it, and this is the thing. I see the silhouette, and I'm such a fan of the show. I mean,
Which show? The Kardashians?
I'm not proud of that, but I am. That I know that it's not like he's I think we're all expecting him to come out dressed as a woman, and I don't think he's going to do that.
Plus,
at
the interview was taped 2 months ago.
Right, he's not there yet, but he did allegedly just get a breast implant. So
yeah,
he got breast. What did he get? B's?
But I don't know the
C's?
size, but I know.
How great would it be if he got D's and he's a stripper in Kansas City?
Yeah. I don't know what cup size it is, but it is a nice handful.
Just massive.
That's all you need.
Yeah, all you need is a nice handful.
Bob Wire 2.
I thought a lot of people have been talking about the fact I got a haircut.
You did.
Yeah.
Weird,
I don't
right?
like it.
You don't.
I don't like it because I like the crazy kooky Sam from before.
See, that's an opinion a lot of people have. When Katie Linendoll is going to be here in a couple minutes, and I were down at WrestleMania. Wrestlers were talking about this. Everybody was talking about this, and I thought that the Bruce Jenner commercial was a little on the dramatic side.
Yeah.
Until I turned on Sirius XM, and I don't know if you've been hearing the promos that have been running.
For what?
What is it?
Well, just listen. I just heard it.
Sam Roberts. The haircut. The journey to a lady salon. The decision to somehow look even less masculine. The Sam Roberts Show exclusive. Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Wow.
On XM 103, Sirius 206.
It's emotional.
First of all, I don't approve the copy.
Right.
I don't know whose decision that was.
Yeah.
It's not
I
cool.
think the problem is, for me, is that you look more manly.
You do. You think so?
Which I don't like. Yeah.
Really?
You look 19 now. I don't like it.
How old did I look before?
Well,
12.
Let's not talk about that.
I was disappointed because you promised me the day you told me you were going in that you were not having it. You weren't going to let them cut any more than a little bit less than half an inch, and they chopped you up.
There's not too much gone, and there's a little product in it, so it looks a little curlier. That's all.
I mean, you're handsome no matter what, but this is.
I was just thinking that.
This is a lot of hair they cut off.
Well, it was a lot of it was dead hair.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't match your logo now.
Right.
It's still
and you're
Afro-y.
you're known for your hair. You're known for your hair.
But have you ever heard the India Ari song, I Am Not My Hair?
Uh-huh. Great
No,
song.
I've never heard that song.
Bob, maybe you should educate yourself a little bit.
But I don't know if I want to educate myself. I just want to educate you that you should grow your hair back because we associated you,
but you know
with
what?
the hair. It was like you could have been a silhouette on a wall, and that's Sam. Now you could just be any. You could be any dude. You could be any black guy that I know,
or girl,
or girl.
I just look like somebody from one of the ladies from a different world now.
Yeah, you could be. You could be Tootie.
Listen,
What's
it's
up?
important for people. You used to be known for your hair at one point. You had Rico Suave Jerry curl.
Yeah, and then genetics and crappy parents. Yeah,
and you know what happened?
You are not your hair.
You became
No, I'm not
known
for
your
tits.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
My stomach.
For your talent.
My talent.
Yes.
Talent. And also,
Let's not get carried away.
well, I'm just saying, you were right about some of the stuff you said before, but the talent is what's important. And that's what I want to emphasize here on Sam Roberts' show.
Yes.
That's the difference. And I need people to say, okay, yes, he's still got weird hair because the hair is still weird.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that'll be discussed in whatever this exclusive interview that they're going to sing in. But
you really lift people up, Sam.
Thank you.
And your hair had something to do with that. I would say grow it back. I would say grow it back.
Do you know
as
how
soon
long it
as
took him
possible.
to grow the last batch?
Yeah, 19 years.
He said 6 years, right? Wasn't that you didn't
Yeah,
got
but then it
cut?
stopped growing because it was all dead.
Okay.
Why'd it die? Maybe we should look into that.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
what
hair's
happens.
supposed to
All
just-
the ends get split and knotted. Look,
Well, this time we do it right. We cut the ends every month, and we let it grow. And we put some stuff in, like horse shampoo.
Wait a minute. Why did it die?
I'm serious. Horse shampoo.
Why did it die? Tune in to The Haircut.
the haircut.
The decisions.
boom, boom, boom.
I have no idea whose idea that was.
Will he become a man now? I'll go back to being a cute little boy that everybody wants to play with.
You prefer the latter.
I prefer when you're cute. I don't like your wrists now.
My wrist didn't change.
Yeah, they did. You be at puberty, and I don't like it.
Well, we all have to grow up at some point. Sometimes it happens at 31.
It's hard to let go.
Sometimes.
Let him spread his wings and fly.
Yeah. Let's go to Mark in Jersey. Mark, welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
Hey, thanks, Sam. It's Friday.
That's right.
Yeah. Good call.
We'll
Good
go to
talk.
Jake in California
Wow.
then. What's up, Jake?
That guy is.
Jake.
You know what, dude? You have no idea how fucking happy I was when I checked my email at 10:55 today, and I found that my Robert Kelly special was in my email.
I love you, buddy.
There it is.
Good. I'm glad you got
There it is, because a lot of people pre-ordered it off your website, and now they're getting it. The people who didn't pre-order can get Robert Kelly live at the Village Underground for a $5 donation, which means, if it's a little more than 5, who's counting?
Yeah, but not too much, because it's not worth it. It's not worth over 35.
You don't think?
Yeah, don't get crazy. Some guy gave 200. I'm like, that's a little. Yeah, you're just showing off now. That wasn't about me.
And by the way,
Yeah.
at some point this weekend, we don't exactly know what time it'll be on.
Yes.
But Robert Kelly and myself will be taking over the Raw Dog Comedy Channel.
Really?
They'll probably air it a whole bunch this weekend. So me and Bobby sitting around, shooting the shit, and playing some of our favorite comedy records.
Yeah, we took over for 2 hours on Raw Dog to promote the new special.
I like it.
And did we promote the television show too? We didn't even do it, did we?
We mentioned it once.
We did?
Yeah.
Just once.
Bob, listen to what Bob Kelly has going on. Not only does he have this special that you can get at robertkellylive.com, but he's on 4 of the 8 episodes of Louie this season. This season.
I love that show.
He's on 4 of the 8 episodes, and he's fabulous on it. And after Louie's off, you're like, oh, that was great. Bobby was on TV.
That's good. That's enough. All
Right.
That was
that's
nice.
enough. But that's not enough for Bob Kelly,
No,
because
not
he's
for
got
me.
his own show
Nice.
that's debuting on FX called Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll.
That's the name?
Sex and drugs and rock and roll.
But
Dennis
all the-
Leary,
the
John
ands.
Corbett, all the ends.
Okay.
So I think
Yeah.
sex, drugs, and rock and roll was taken. So I
Okay.
swear to God.
Well, listen, we should take a quick break.
Yes.
Because I got a big thing coming up next. Katie Linendoll is going to be here.
I'm very excited.
She's bringing the Apple Watch.
You know I'm a big nerd.
I
I'm a
know,
big
that's why
tech
you're
person.
here.
And
You
I'm
found
very
out
excited.
that the Apple Watch was going to be
How
here.
excited was I?
So excited.
I'm so
Nobody's
excited.
got it yet.
I know.
I'm
Nobody's
sure
allowed
she
to have
does.
it.
I
Of
know.
course she does. She was on the Today Show with it. She was on Fox Business with it. My text made Fox Business News, by the way.
Of course it did.
That's right. Things will, and Bobby.
Yes.
I will also say this.
Yes. I listen to you. When your eyebrows go up, I listen.
This is important.
Because those eyebrows are powerful.
They are.
Almost
Yeah.
as powerful
True
as your
story.
hair.
Yes.
They're almost like an Avenue Q puppet eyebrows.
What would you have done if I came in with a haircut and my eyebrows shaped?
I would leave. Honest to God, never to come back again.
Immediately.
Ever to come back again. To broadcasting.
I'm going to tell you something. Speaking of broadcasting,
Yes.
sometimes people call me Primetime Sam Roberts.
Yes.
Sometimes they call me Sam Roberts,
Yeah.
professional broadcaster. I've got another title,
Yes.
Salon.com, massive website.
Yeah.
They decided to cover my conversation, our conversation, Nicole, with Elizabeth Moss. I asked her about Scientology, and they put the quote in one of their articles. It was just in this little section called Most Read. I don't know what that means. It's industry jargon, I guess.
Like, a lot of people read it.
Not sure.
I think
But
that's what that means.
the reason I bring this up is
So I'm going
because
to Google that?
Could
You
you?
should.
Yeah, I can Google that.
Primetime professional broadcaster, and according to Salon.com, journalist, Bob.
Yeah?
I am a journalist.
And he really was, because when he asked the question, I wanted to crawl in a hole and die because I was so uncomfortable. But he asked the hard-hitting question, and look at now he's a journalist.
Because I'm a journalist.
You asked if John Travolta was gay?
No,
That's not what I
so
asked.
much.
I didn't go there.
Okay.
It was actually kind of a cowardly way to ask the question, but still,
You got it out there, yes. You got it out.
All right.
5 o'clock today, our show airs.
Okay.
During this show.
Wait, no, so don't listen. Listen to the second hour then.
No, listen to the other show.
No, the first hour sucks.
Dude, they can do the new, there's got to be like a new headphone that you can listen to 2 shows, and it's like stereo.
How about this? Our
no?
takeover will probably be on demand.
There you go.
Because
It's
you're not
actually
going to
12
want to
tomorrow.
12 o'clock tomorrow is
Yes.
when you should listen, because you're not going to want to tune out.
No.
Coming up next,
No way.
Katie Linendoll will be here.
Yes.
Bob Kelly's sticking around.
Yes.
Nicole's sticking around. And the Apple Watch will be in studio. And you won't get to see it, but you'll hear what our reactions are when we see it. So stay tuned. Sam Roberts Show will be right back. Learn something, Bob Kelly. I am not my hair.
You are to me. You are to me. And I hope you grow it back. I hope you don't become an adult. I really do.
I'll always be a boy.
That's like when your favorite rock band cuts it. Like when Bon Jovi cut his hair.
This is my Metallica moment.
For that stupid submarine movie that he did.
This is my Metallica sellout moment.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
This is a meaningful song.
This is?
It's soulful. Well, listen.
I just looked at your Twitter pic. Oh, my God.
What Twitter pic?
For your Twitter account.
Oh, like my profile?
It's stunning.
Thank you, Bob Kelly.
It's literally like, you're beautiful.
I love you.
You're beautiful. Really beautiful.
Thank you.
Sam, you're beautiful, too.
Thank
you.
you.
How
I
jealous
was
he just
waiting.
got.
I know. I had to throw that out there. You got a little jealous.
You know how you can tell when people are beautiful? When they use cartoons instead of actual avatars for their Twitter profile. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just Nicole Ryan and Bob Kelly here on Sam Roberts Show.
Yes.
Let's welcome back Katie Linendoll.
Yes.
Who's rolling deep with Steve Lunny.
Yeah.
Rolling deep.
Steve,
Hello.
welcome back as well.
Thank you so
Rolling
much.
deep.
You guys remember, last time Katie was on was a couple weeks ago for WrestleMania.
Right.
Which, by the way, the fact that you spent 4 days with me and can still stand me enough to come back and
We were
continue
working
to
like
do the show.
24-hour shifts.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't hate his guts after that?
Oh, it was a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
See?
intense.
Enthusiasm.
It was really great.
I don't know if I could spend that much time with you. If you want, I love you dearly, but I don't know. I
Right.
might.
I could if we had like a little car bed that we could lie down in and take naps.
Right, and eat your bandolier. You'd be good.
I will say this. When Bob Kelly and I traveled together, I stayed in his room until he fell asleep on the last night.
Seriously?
Remember that? I did do
no,
that.
I don't. All jokes aside.
Yeah,
now,
I did.
Now it's getting weird.
Well,
I don't remember that. Oh, you had to help me for that.
I was helping you read your lines.
Read my lines for that
We
pilot
got a little
that
room
never
service.
went.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's sexy.
Yeah, he helped me. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he's cheap too. I just bought him a kids meal from
That's all he
the
wants.
hotel menu. He wanted chicken McNuggets and
Of
fries.
course he did.
Chicken fingers and soda. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, yeah, no, I'll
That
stay.
is totally your jam.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll stay. Yeah. Arena food. That's it.
Yes.
Now, when you guys went to the WrestleMania, I always imagine it because I love wrestling, not as much as I used to.
Right.
But I do love it. I've never been to a WrestleMania. I used to go to wrestling matches all the time. I saw Andre the Giant fight Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
You're aging.
That's how old.
You're aging yourself.
But all the way up to Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan. And then I stopped going. And then when The Rock came back in, and Stone Cold, I started back up again. But I haven't been again.
Right.
But now WrestleMania is so
huge.
It's like the football.
The
it's like the Super
entertainment
Bowl.
factor.
Yeah.
I love the way Bob Kelly's talking today, by the way. The WrestleMania seems so big, it's like the football.
You're like my Jewish
Steve's got to chime in
grandmother.
on that one.
You two went there. And now I really am like
fabulous.
an old Yenta from Long Island.
Were you worried about getting lost at all?
Yeah, how
With
was it
so
all the
much
people?
So much activity. How do you keep track of anything?
We did get lost a few times getting food at the
Yeah.
concession stand.
It's big. You're
We're
right,
growing-
Bob.
We're
It's
growing
big.
kids.
Now,
Yeah.
4 days of it, though. It's
Well,
crazy.
this is the thing. Katie was, this is why I was wondering how Katie was going to handle it, because it's not like she had never been to a WrestleMania.
Okay.
And I had prepped her ahead of time. I'm like, you're not, like, if you're going to WrestleMania with me, it's an intensive thing.
Okay.
We're doing everything.
Yeah.
We're working all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're going here, we're going there. No, now this is changing. That's changing. We got to go now. We got to go. She survived.
Sounds like a perfect bandolier moment, by the way.
We could have used a couple bandoliers.
We did have an urn.
We had an urn.
We did have an urn.
Yeah, it was really weird. So out of context, that probably is really bizarre.
Yeah,
right?
well,
but it's
I
like
mean,
the
in
Undertaker
context, it's
carries
not.
an urn. Everybody knows the Undertaker, right? So we had this urn with us, like we were walking around,
Mm-hmm.
and people people thought that somebody died and were giving us our condolences.
Yeah, because generally that's why people have urns.
Yeah.
Because their
So that was fun.
loved ones are burned in them.
That was our bandolier moment.
And you just
If you
kept
had a
important
bandolier,
things in
you
there?
could have had the bandolier urn attachment.
That would have been great to just use one of those latchkey hooks or whatever they are and just hook an urn onto the bottom of it. Oh my God! But
was there anything in the urn?
No,
we can't tell.
Right, the secret power. That's where the Undertaker draws his power from.
Is that? Oh my God! I forgot about that.
Duh.
But
we've stepped out of the wrestling world. We were in a wrestling bubble for like 4 days,
and now,
wow, I've re-entered into broadcasting world.
Right.
Yeah, you
and
have.
Katie has re-entered and become reacclimated into techie world because days after WrestleMania is over and this whole weirdness is over, she's got to jump into Apple Watch coverage because she's all over the place talking about this Apple Watch.
And literally talking. That's my watch going off. If you can hear it in the background, I've lost my voice.
Mm-hmm.
I am. I'm drinking some honey and tea, i.e., a sugar-free Red Bull, as if that will help the situation. But yes, I dove right in, and it's very exciting. I'm obsessed with first look gadgets and getting my hands on it and being able to test with no barometer. There's nothing out there in terms of reviews. The review is on you to handle. And for me, going on today's show is a first look exclusive and being able to cut videos and write articles and just give my opinion is I'm the most excited about.
And you knew it was a big deal because you got 2 segments on the Today Show this time.
I did.
That's major.
Yes, and I had a near anxiety attack on the Today Show, if it's worth mentioning.
It is.
Because I went to the restroom. So this thing is my child. This Apple Watch
The
is
Apple Watch. I see you're wearing
it. It's going to come to me having a kid.
Can I tell you something?
Ever.
Okay.
It's much more dainty than I thought it would be.
Me too.
Yeah, right? Well, there's 2 different sizes. There's a 38 and a 42. I have the smaller one, which is a 38.
38 what?
Which I highly recommend, millimeter.
Oh.
Recommend it for the ladies, so it looks a little.
Or what about your average
forward on the wrist?
Average man with a slightly feminine wrist.
Sam should get the ladies one.
Yeah, I go with Sam. Exactly.
It's definitely
exactly.
It's definitely more feminine than I thought. I was so totally making fun of it, but it's on you. It kind of looks pretty.
Thank you for that, because I think that was one reason I was really excited.
Yeah.
I'm somebody that loves tech, but I also love fashion and style and clothes and
right.
To be able to nail the smartwatch category of making it fashionable but also productive and functional, I think that was key. And I think Apple now, with all the bands that you can swap out with it, obviously they're very expensive. I've been trying, the one I have on my wrist right now that Nicole's alluding to is called a Milanese. I didn't even know how to say that word a few days ago.
That's my favorite
I was
chicken.
a triple
Just going to say that. I'm starving now.
That's my favorite chicken dish.
Chicken Milanese is so good.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's hilarious. I've been trying that one, the sport one, and also a leather one.
Okay.
So I think my
I love how
point
quickly
is,
you rush to that chicken dish reference. I love that chicken. Feed me, I'm starving.
I love that band. It's great.
Doesn't it look beautiful?
I was a little worried when I saw the band on the TV. I was like, "Oh, is that going to look like old or cheesy?"
Yeah.
But it actually looks really elegant. It's beautiful.
do you agree, though, and you're so tech savvy,
Yeah.
that this is the first smartwatch wearable that is actually stylish? I would say
absolutely.
Pebble Neon is cool and hip, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's something very different.
They all look like
B, it's more. This is the most stylish, beautiful. This is a timepiece as much as it is a talking piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and
Whoa.
because of the different bands you can have, they figured
like
out
a
that the
quote.
band is actually the fashion part of a watch. I have a big ass watch, but some people the Motorola one, it looks like a diving watch. I mean, it's cool, but it looks like a diving watch. Even the Samsung one, it's cool, but it still looks
it's
like
not.
a heart rate monitor.
I don't think that one's
Yeah,
good
I
at
don't
all.
do that
looks
one
like
in a week.
I don't like
That
that.
looks
And
like
that
a
was
beautiful watch.
So when you were on the Today Show, you were
Yes.
wearing a neon band on the watch, correct? It wasn't that
I did.
band.
Yeah, I had my sport band on.
So tell me what happened on the Today Show.
Oh,
you were
so
getting
what
into.
happened on the Today Show was, so as I said, this is my firstborn, or the only born ever.
Yeah.
And
You're born.
I go to use the restroom, right? I have it in this box, and we've been teasing all morning that we have a really special gadget in the box. And by the way, I got so into the box itself, I wrapped it in Mario question boxes.
So I think people assume that when you go on to do a segment, you're like, well, the talent's here, Katie Linendoll, and they've got everything set up for you, but you're doing all this stuff yourself.
Oh my gosh, there's so much research and preparation. It is unbelievable what happens behind the scenes. I mean, if you could see the lead up in the research and the production and the co-producing, it is so intense to just have a 4 to 7 minute segment on the Today Show.
Right.
So yeah, even the box, I'm like, gotta put it in a Nintendo Mario question box. So I have this box, and it's like, you know, it's like Pandora's box, and nobody's allowed to touch it. And I go to use the restroom, and my BFF, Dina Hawk, who travels with me everywhere for the last 9 years, she's amazing. I come back, and she has this look of panic on her face.
Oh, no.
She's like, Katie, they took the box.
Because she was not supposed to let it out of her sight.
Box.
Where'd the box go?
What's in the box?
This is like the Hobbit just lost its ring, okay? I'm freaking out.
Right, you're sitting there going, the Precious.
Yeah.
The Precious.
Totes. So then I get on set. I'm like, surely they can't screw this up. I mean, you have to walk from A to B. They didn't lose the box going into the studio.
Did you ask Dina who took this box?
I asked who took the box.
Who was it?
She didn't know.
Oh, no.
Dina!
Dina,
we needed the box. We needed that.
She's following protocol. We
That
have to
was
have her
all we
back.
had.
One job, watch the box.
Dina.
God.
Dina looks like she would know where the box is.
Yeah.
Were you having heart palpitations at this point?
Oh, no, I thought I was going to pass out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I've lost it.
Okay.
So I get into the studio, and there's this like big moment where they're like, okay, so Katie's going to unveil what's in the box.
Was the box your idea or their idea?
Well, they had a box, but then I was like, no, that box isn't cool enough. I want to need to wrap this box and wrap it.
So
in
their
dope box.
The box was
Yeah.
their idea. The dopeness was your idea.
Well, I just had to kick it up a notch. It was
That's
still a good
dopeness.
box. Yeah, okay. So I go to open the box.
Right.
And they're like, oh, what's in it? What's in it? And it was like this big, exciting moment. And there's nothing in the box.
This is live on TV. This is live right now.
So I really start sweating. Like I can feel it down my back. Like all this was like the world turned into slow motion. And I felt like Geraldo when he opened the vault and there was nothing inside.
The broken Coke bottle.
I got really scared. And
like-
everything started going. And I was like, I have nothing to offer. Like, I'm so embarrassed. Like here I am.
The gadget was all I had. I
That's
can't
all
get
I-
by on this.
What am I going to talk about it?
Right.
So
what-
then,
right.
It is a mean joke that Matt Lauer played on me. He stole the watch.
Oh, God.
God damn that Matt Lauer.
But what did you say? Were you like, who took my crap out of my friggin' box?
Honestly, I don't know what happened. And I think I blacked
You
out.
blacked out.
It actually was like all in about 2 seconds of time.
It felt like
But
add
it
3
felt
zeros to
super
that.
extended to her because she was living it.
I did watch it, and I remember somebody, it might have been you, or it was somebody on the panel, but it might have been you, because there was just this awkward, there's nothing in the box.
Yeah, well, there's nothing in there.
I feel like you went, there's nothing in the box. No. I've been prepping this for so long. There can't be nothing in the box. I went over the whole segment 19 times. There was always something in the
I was
box.
about to F5 somebody at that point.
Yes.
All right.
So were you, when you find out that the...
It's not even that funny of a joke. It's kind of mean.
It is mean.
Like, Matt's just bored with his job to do something like
He's
that.
like,
But he doesn't
I was
even-
kind of honored, actually. I was like, yes, like,
But he doesn't
somebody
take
played a
into
prank on
account.
me.
He's like, okay, I'm Matt Lauer. I've literally been doing this job every day for
He's awesome,
20
by the
years.
way.
He's amazing. But that's the point. Like, he feels no pressure going into this thing because he's like, I'm just going to do what I've done every day for the last 20 years. Whereas you're like, you've done the Today Show a bunch, but you get on, once every 6 weeks-ish?
Ish.
That's a
Ish.
lot.
But it's still one of those things where once you step up, like every time you step up, the nerves are going.
Oh, it's on.
And you're like, okay,
Gotta
I'm
bring your A
focused.
game.
I got 2 minutes to shine.
Yeah.
And so for them to just throw a curveball at you, were you mad? Was the first?
No, I was honored.
There wasn't one second of like rage and then
No.
push it down for honor.
No, I was more embarrassed that I had nothing to offer. I was just standing there like, I felt like Charlie Bucket. Like, I was
Right.
just like, Lord,
Right. Pockets inside out.
I don't know.
Thing.
we could talk about the device.
Yeah,
Not
I still
exciting.
know about it. Oh my god! Well, I'm glad it turned out okay.
It turned out okay. And then I
And then
like
you
to
recovered.
say- I did recover. Thank you. It's all about, making it work.
Right.
Not to just jump into the next segment, though, but one of my favorite things from this week from being on air a lot was Sam texted me while on the air following the Today Show segment I was on Fox Business.
You see, I didn't know that with so much potential disaster in being, because how many Apple Watches did Apple realistically give away to people?
Oh, goodness. I don't know that number.
But probably small.
Small. Oh,
Not a
absolutely.
big number.
Did they give you this?
I'm on a loan, so
It's
I'll
a
buy
loan.
one, yeah.
So you'll buy it, but they actually
It's a
said, we
test.
want you
It
to
is a
test this.
unit.
That's
So,
crazy.
right. So she's the one who's like representing this thing and going from show to show to show.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think that you would actually like attach it to your legit phone because of
I want to really test it, right?
but there's so much potential disaster just in people stealing boxes and stuff like that.
That happens.
So like I was sitting there, and, I do my research for these segments, so I'm trying to watch Katie's TV appearances just so I can pick up on stuff. And I hadn't realized that this was yesterday, earlier in the day, I was texting her about stupid Candy Crush. And she's on Fox Business News, and the camera pans down, and she's like, "Yeah, you could just if you could check your watch, and that way you know if the text you're getting is a waste of time or blah blah blah." And they scan down to the watch, and just Sam pops up, and it just says, "I can't believe you got me playing Candy Crush again."
It says it on TV?
Yes.
Wow, you got to get that screen cap.
And
really cool.
I did.
Thank God you're not a mean person. You could have done
I
some.
was so happy there wasn't an F-bomb in that
Yeah,
text.
I know, right?
I go, do you know what I would have done if I had known that in that moment my text was going to get on TV? Do you have any idea what I would have written?
Oh, so many wrong things.
If I had
these nipple clamps don't work as well as you said they would.
Right.
Come on, Katie.
Right. No, Katie, it's stuck up there and it won't come out.
and the Bluetooth isn't working.
Not funny. Not funny.
Yeah, no, you're very, very lucky that I didn't realize until later that the
So
texts were going to be
awesome.
on television. But have there been any other? So in that moment, when you realized that that's coming through, did you realize obviously while you were on television that was happening?
That was another. I just had to roll with it.
You just ignore it and be like, "Don't pay no attention."
To the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how is this watch? Is it all it's lived up to be? Is it functional? Are people going to buy it and use it, and it's going to be a good thing to have?
I think they've nailed it in terms of what they were trying to achieve and creating something, as I noted earlier, like fashion and function.
Right.
And everybody's talking about, uses the Dick Tracy comparison, and I use the Inspector Gadget comparison. If you sit back and think about, and you have the opportunity to play with the watch, from texting to reading emails to being able to, with 2 fingers, send somebody your heartbeat in real time, all of the capability, if you're looking for a smartwatch, is there for version 1.0. I think it could only get better. Absolutely. Do I think it's expensive? Do I think there's a few things missing, like it's not waterproof, it doesn't track your sleep? Okay, fine. That can be improved upon in 2.0.
Right.
However, for where we're at, this is an exciting time in technology.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing.
And you could do a thing where you can draw on it with your finger.
Yeah, so
and
anybody,
send it.
Let's talk about that, because
Please.
the communication, this is the fun stuff that I love about the watch. Everybody knows, you can make calls. I can pick up a phone call right now.
Mm-hmm.
The obvious stuff. The digital touch, which actually is this enhanced communication to me, is the really fun stuff. You can send animated emojis.
Wow.
And actually found a little Easter egg. If you hold down the emoji, it'll actually change color. And then you can send if another person has an Apple Watch, you can send them a sketch, and then it kind of shimmers and disappears. It's like a Snapchat little drawing.
I like that.
Now, is there any potential that people will do anything except draw pictures of penises and send them to each other?
I'm sure there's a few other
I think
things.
you were
That's
the
all-
only one that thought of that,
Okay,
Sam,
well, that's
actually.
literally the only thing I thought of when they introduced this product.
I think
I could just draw like a dick and send it to somebody.
But I think it's going to be good too for couples. I have a wife.
I would love getting a heartbeat. I think this is to save marriages.
But it's also when we're out, she has the kid and we're in a mall or
Right.
somewhere, and I don't know where the hell she is. Her phone, she refuses to answer it for fucking some reason because it's in her bag or whatever. If she had a watch on and I had the watch
Right
on, the vibration would just let her know. Look at this.
Right, send me your heartbeat. That way I know it's beating and you're alive.
Yeah.
And then we're good.
Or I could be like, we were supposed to be,
or
2
she could
hours.
go. There's a little tap feature. She go tap 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 tap, and to your point, there's the haptic feedback. It's not an obnoxious vibration that it just kind of nudges you a little bit.
Like Morse code?
Yeah,
Just like Morse code.
like Morse code.
I just be SOSing people all the time. Is something wrong? No, it's the only one I know though.
Does that work with the alarm too?
Yeah.
That? So that'd be great for a stand-up comic. When you're doing your set,
It's
I don't
enough.
like to look at
Right.
my watch
Oh,
because I
that's a
feel
good
like
point.
it takes people out of it. They could just tap, tap, tap,
It's
tap.
time to wrap it
I
up.
know that I got 5 minutes left. That's great.
Yeah.
I also feel though it's gonna be already. I almost got hit by a car the other day. Like texting and emailing,
Did you?
crossing the street. Yeah. Aren't you happy I didn't?
Yeah, thrilled.
But I feel thank you. I feel
am.
like now I'm gonna be I'm looking at my wrist and at my phone and at 15 million things
But
now.
it's less invasive because a phone, you're digging for it, you get pulled into it more. This
Okay.
is a glance and you're potentially done.
That's true.
So it's simple interactions that you just glance through.
The only thing I can say right off of that too is you're not going to respond. Probably you're more so just going to check it, because to respond. So if you get a text or you see, first off, an email, you're going to have to hand off. It's called the handoff feature. You have to hand it off to your phone to respond because obviously you can't type on this.
Oh,
so you need to respond on your phone. But if you get a text in, the way to respond is actually through voice. So I speak into it. It uses kind of a very fast Siri encoding where it just texts right back. but you have to do that out loud. So that would be really annoying to respond right there. And then there is predictive messaging that you can use. It'll be like, the obvious predictive text back. But I don't think you necessarily respond as much as you're actually glancing down to see what's up.
Okay.
Everybody
would
would
see
just
if it's worth digging out the phone.
Everybody would just get I'm right on top of that, Rose.
I love that movie.
Now, will the vibrations, that obviously this is going to be more electronic vibrations with this watch, is there a risk of bees being attracted to the vibrations?
Wait, are you allergic to bees too?
I just hate them.
He just really went on a whole rant about how much he loathes them, and
why bees are the
look. We can't
life.
keep.
Thank you, Bob Kelly.
Bees for life to eat, to
Thank
pollinate.
Look, we can't spend a whole bunch of time talking about bees. We already did an hour on that tonight.
Why would the bees? Why would the bees be attracted to the vibration?
Buzzing. That's how they communicate.
It's not like it has pollen in it.
Okay, no, because it could sound like,
First of all,
that's one of my bee friends.
can I
I
just
just
say-
want to make sure.
Sam, the bees' wings make the buzzing sound, not the bees going bzzz. They don't have a mouth where they're going bzzz.
I don't know.
It's
I
their
feel like I'm
wings.
getting dumber.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
well,
are
good.
actually. Sorry.
Well, then
Katie.
I just won't ask questions then. We'll go to Gary in Virginia. Gary, welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
Yeah, hey guys. First of all, Katie, I think you're super cute. I don't know if it's like cheekiness or whatever, but I just think you're super cute. Anyway, Sam, we all know exactly what you would text to Katie if you knew that would be depicted on television, and that is your Twitter handle at @NotSam.
That's right. If I'd known it was going to be on TV, I would have said @NotSam hashtag.
Yeah, make the
SR
most
show.
of it.
I would have gotten a free advertisement out of it. If you want to, if you have any questions about this Apple Watch, it's very, very exciting. You can call up 866-969-1969, 866-969-1969. And let me just say this. I think it was the first time Katie was ever in here. She looked at me like I had 150 heads. Because instead of talking to her about the iPhone, all I did was talking about Asian people lining up for iPhones.
I remember.
She didn't like the segment. I could tell she didn't like the segment.
I don't know. I'm not sure I liked you.
She didn't like me, I don't think.
Just being honest.
Sometimes give bad first impressions. But I'm going to say this. With the launch of this Apple Watch.
No.
No. All I'm saying is this. Apple is taking preventative measures
Pump the brakes, Roberts.
to have people lining up. Is that true or false? Apple doesn't want people lining
That
up.
is a true statement.
Well, I'm just saying
Well,
maybe
we
I had a
went to
point.
get the iPhone together.
We should actually talk about that because Steve pre-ordered this morning.
You did?
I did.
Right when
Did
the
it
alarm
work?
went off.
I did.
You should dive into when.
What time?
I set my alarm for 2:58 a.m.
Okay.
So I have 2 minutes to rouse myself and be ready to go.
Sure. Prep time.
Prep time. Prep time. Pull myself together. And I use the Apple Store app, which I actually recommend highly because it's a much more streamlined process than doing it through a browser. And my delivery window was late April, early May. And I think I'm probably one of the first out of the gate.
Wow.
And at this point, or as of this morning, it's already June. So that does indicate some sort of traction on sales because I know that's the big question, right? Are people
You
actually going to buy
cannot
this?
go into the store and walk out with a device. You have to do an online reservation.
It's so
We're doing it in
annoying.
15-minute increments.
So that nobody can line up and just walk in and buy this watch.
I guess if there's a lull, I'm sure there's going to be case exceptions.
Yeah.
But the whole idea is you have to, and I think they still point you to an online. You have to do it online, and then they let you know when it's ready to pick up in store.
Seems like a bottleneck a little bit.
Well, it looks like Sam Roberts was on to something.
I'm curious to see if they're going to release sales data as soon as they do with iPhone. I don't think I'm doing the math in my head as to how many you could pump through in 15-minute increments and then how many are actually closing the sale. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, when they put iPhones on sale, it's like getting in and out in 5 seconds. Here's one for you, one for you, one for you, one for you, and they can go through whatever the stock that they have is. They can sell hundreds of thousands, millions of phones within days. You can't do that in 15-minute increments.
I can't believe you didn't set your alarm.
What do you mean?
I think it's bizarre that you didn't.
I'm not sold on the Apple Watch.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sold on it because I don't.
Were you sold on the iPad when it originally launched?
That's a good question.
I didn't look at it as something I needed. I thought it was cool.
You
Because that
said
was the
want,
big
not
question.
need.
Yeah,
Right.
That was like, how does this fit into my technology mix? I have a computer, I have
Right.
a phone. Do I need an iPad? And now that it's integrated, people can
I
barely live
believe
without it.
I came in here with the first iPad.
True.
And I was one of the first ones to get one.
Ever?
And in this area,
Okay.
in this circle of people, and I told everybody how amazing it was, and I was told what a moron I was Why do I need that?
I didn't say
got
it.
the phone. It's just a bigger phone. Yeah, but and now everybody has it.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who said that the watch is going to be the next big thing.
I'm not.
And everybody said, you're an idiot. We're not going to need
You're
a watch.
a moron.
And now I'm looking at it, and it's fucking amazing.
But to be fair,
so
when
I would expect an apology. Yeah, I had the bandolier. So what? What out of fucking... Sorry, I don't mean to...
Deep breath into the nose, out through the mouth. Okay.
Pizza. That's my word that my TM master gave me. Pizza. That was nice.
That's your mantra?
That's my mantra, pizza.
That's not the chicken Milanese?
Jeez, I really want some now.
I know, me too.
I'm not saying that the Apple Watch is useless, but I'm not sold on it because there's only a very few people I actually enjoy talking to on the planet. I don't like when I get...
planet.
Yeah, no. I usually get annoyed when I get texts. I'm terrible about responding to emails, generally.
Yeah.
Why don't you list some of those people?
Well, I'm here.
Who's some of the people that you love to hear from?
The people in this room.
No, you don't. You fucking...
Except here's my problem with Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly is a caller. He will not text. He's always calling, so it's like an investment.
He's old school.
Like, if I see I missed a call from Bob Kelly, I'm like, okay, I'm on a train right now, so I'm not going to call him on a train. Let me wait till I get home. Oh, I got wrapped up in this. I get wrapped up in that. If I was on a train and you had texted, I would have texted you back.
Here's the deal. I was in juvie hall when I should have been in English class. So now I got to go through, and there's a comma go there, and, and I forgot a question. I don't need that in my life. I don't need that pressure in my life, okay?
Right. Well, I want you to know something. I'm not here to judge you.
Well, here's the thing. I don't need to put... And sometimes you catch somebody's tone in their voice, and you can't really text
I've gotten in text battles
That's what
because
emojis are
of
for.
it.
Yeah, you get into fights about that. I got into a
Emojis,
fight with
Bob.
a friend of mine about that.
There's all kinds of new emojis.
Yeah, but
I love the
we're
new
supposed to, like,
emojis.
you know, if I'm pissed off, a little devil with flames.
No, you send a little shit
But
pile.
what if they have a BlackBerry and it doesn't work? Because they suck.
You
and
shouldn't
they're-
be friends with anybody with a BlackBerry at this point.
Hey,
It's 2015.
You do like to
Paul
call him.
Heyman had a BlackBerry.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, quick digression.
Who
Yeah,
did?
Paul Heyman.
He did.
He did?
It was embarrassing.
And an iPhone. I got to back him up.
But it was
he
still
did
also
still
a
have
BlackBerry.
He had a bad boy phone and a good boy phone?
I think he did, yeah.
Okay, I get you.
You, when we were out to lunch, actually, a while ago, I remember you taking a FaceTime call at lunch. We were with our significant others, and Bob Kelly was FaceTiming you at lunch. He just
That's
wanted,
true.
I
just
deny
wanted
that.
to chat
I went out with Nicole. You were in like Amsterdam,
with a scarf.
and I think
Beautiful
I was in Denmark.
Denmark.
I was in Denmark.
And you FaceTimed
I
me,
was
and I
having-
took your FaceTime. But that's what I mean. That's such an investment.
Dude, I was in fucking Denmark and I called you. That's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
That's love right there.
It is love, and that's why I didn't want to take it for granted.
That is love.
So you picked up.
I didn't. I FaceTime my wife,
Right.
my child,
And
and
Sam.
Sam Roberts.
It's awesome.
It's
But
pretty
see-
fucking. How crazy is that, though? Nobody ever talks about how insane.
It's awesome.
Insane FaceTime is.
It's video phone. It's the future.
I don't know why more people aren't on FaceTime.
All the time.
Why would you not want to look at somebody and talk to them, especially if you like them, if it's your wife or your girl or your friend? Just be like, "What's up? What's
Or
going
your
on?"
kid.
Like headphones, and I know what you're saying because you're in public and you're actually saying out loud the
You don't
conversation.
have to worry about how you look.
Yeah.
When-
Hello.
I really don't worry about that. Once you get married and have a kid, it's pretty much you're gonna have baby spit on something.
Look, like, I'm a generally antisocial person, and I like to be able to get out of things. So that's why I don't like phone conversations. I don't like FaceTimes. I'm not even committal enough for texts and emails. Generally, the people in this room I'd be okay with.
This watch is perfect for you.
Yeah.
It's a one button to vibrate. That's all
Yeah,
you
but I
get.
can't
you
say-
can do Morse code conversations.
Do you know how many times it's been, oh shit, I left my phone at home. Sorry, I didn't get back to you.
So annoying.
They'd be like, yeah, but you got the watch.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
say that to
Well, no,
people?
I have.
You'd still be screwed because you need to be tethered to your phone.
Right. I'd be like, what am I going to do? Talk into my...
Oh, wait.
Wait. So you need to have your phone
Yeah.
on you for it to work?
That's crap.
It's working off of Bluetooth, but it will connect. Say you're in your home and you're both on this. It's on the same Wi-Fi network. You can
Yeah.
it'll have more of an extension because it'll work off of Wi-Fi.
But like,
Yes, it's not
if I
running
leave
its
my...
own cellular data.
It's not.
Because it would have its own phone number effectively if it could do that.
Right.
Yeah, I guess so.
And what phone does that? There is a
It's a
phone that has that,
one-to-one
right?
right now, though.
Isn't there a phone that does have its own Wi-Fi or cellular network?
Every
Isn't there-
phone?
A watch. He meant a watch.
You meant watch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the phone part of the phone.
She realized condescending me. She realized watch him in. Is there one? I think there's one
that has a cellular
is it
network.
the new Samsung that's coming out?
It sort of seems impractical. I'm not sure, but
I know one that does. It's the Mica bracelet from Intel. It has its own data number.
Okay.
That's
but then
what
you
it
have
is.
to. Then it's separate from your phone. So
That's
it's like
correct.
if you
It's
want to
works
text
off
me
of
at my
AT&T.
watch, you have to text this number.
That's correct. So now you have a
Right.
totally other separate number.
That sucks too.
Well, you just have to deal with another number.
Right. I don't want to. I
don't know why you're so
No,
angry.
the data plan. You have to have a separate data plan for something like that.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
so
not
you
cool.
have to have the phone with you. It's just an extension of the phone.
Well, but some features, like if Katie, I think you went for a run or something,
Oh,
you can
that's
leave
a
the
big
phone
one.
at home.
So for me, the fitness tracker aspect of it is like huge. I've been through so many different wearables in the fitness tracker category. I'm big into working out and tracking all my data, especially heart rate. I feel like what's been on the market from Fuel Band to, I like Jawbone Up. It's probably one of my go-tos, to Fitbit though. I would file them under not the most attractive, not the most stylish. And I got to remember to take them to the gym. And I don't think they're worth for wearing all day. Now, like an all-in-one unit, what's really been cool about this is, so yes, it'll track your active calories and your distance and your steps throughout the day automatically. But also when you're going to do a workout, you enter what kind of workout it is. It has everything from an indoor cycle to an elliptical to an outdoor run. And it'll actually track your heart rate in real time.
Wow.
Jesus.
So I am like obsessing over that right now.
I'm like that, but
It's
not
already
for,
on me.
I'm like that, except not for working out. Like, is there a Chick-fil-A locator? Because that's how I could see using it.
I got
Yeah.
the Pulse.
Pulso 2.
Pulso
That's
2.
fantastic.
They're
That's
really
one of my
good.
favorites.
It works great with the iPhone too because it has that chart and it talks to you. Everything's in the headphones and it works with your phone and she'll talk to you like you're below your heart rate.
So you use that when you work out?
Once a week. I do. I use it when I work out, and it's good because it gets you going. It talks to you, and it says you're slow down. Like I got my heart rate up to like 170 last week.
No.
With the trainer, and it was like a couple more. I'm going to die. I'm about to die, and it was
Okay.
like you need to stop, fat boy.
Okay. Right.
It doesn't say that, but it tells you to slow down, and
Implies
it tells you
that.
But it motivates you because it tells you what you're in fat burning mode, or you're in.
Can we not get on the same page with the fact that when you see your data like in front of you telling you an output,
Yeah.
it's so damn powerful.
It really
I know
is.
it sounds super nerdy, but like when I can see that I'm not working hard enough or I haven't done enough in the week, like I'm getting competitive with myself.
Right.
That's great, actually.
And I actually got to a point with I was actually using Under Armour's Armour 39, which has a ancillary chest strap with it that has a heart rate monitor, and then it pairs with an app. I got so obsessed with my data that I had to
scares
take a
me.
break.
Yeah.
Like you have to like keep yourself in check about it.
I feel
But
like
it's
my
awesome,
workout-
right?
It is right because when I had the
Now
Nike,
it's all in one.
I had the Nike band.
Yep.
It made me walk more because I never really win anything. But on the app, all of a sudden, like boom, beep, ring, and I would win an award.
You beat your best.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not kidding. It actually made me go, I'm getting another award tomorrow. You know,
You don't get worried when there's meters and stuff in your clothes that they're going to electrocute you.
No.
Electrocute her?
Well, it's then that again is just I would just
It's not
put that
electronics
out
from
there.
the 30s.
He's looking for any reason not to work out, really, is what's happening here.
That's what it is. Yeah, I just said it's dangerous.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous is the problem.
Copper wires on like canvas.
Right,
You're like, what's his name from Better Call Saul, the brother?
right.
Very
I'm allergic
worried.
to electricity.
Yes.
So Steve Lunny is here with Katie Linendoll, of course, and Bob Kelly and Nicole Ryan here on Sam Roberts Show. Because Katie is one of the very first people in the universe, the known universe anyway, to have an Apple Watch. Steve, you don't have an Apple Watch.
I don't. I ordered mine this morning with the unwashed masses.
Right.
And I will
But
be
you've
getting
gotten to
it
see
2 weeks.
Katie's.
Yes.
You're an app developer yourself, an app designer.
Yes.
So are you looking at designing apps for this watch specifically?
Beyond what we've discussed here, what's exciting is it's an entirely new platform for developers. So
Right.
what it is on day one is not what it's going to be in a year.
Right.
Because third-party developers will stretch this in directions it was never even intended for. So when it's put in the hands of these creative people and these talented people, who knows where it's going to go? And I actually do have a really awesome game idea for it.
What is it? Because I'd like to write that down.
I haven't even told Katie yet.
Is it profitable? Let's go to the calls. 866-969-1969 to talk to Steve or Katie or Nicole or Bob or me.
Nice.
Fred in the Bronx, welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
Hey, Sam, what's going on? You're fucking awesome.
Thanks.
I just had a question for Katie. The Milanese loop, the magnet, is it a strong magnet, or will somebody be able to just snatch it off my fucking wrist as I'm walking?
Question.
Yeah, that's a good question because the
Home
metal...
Slice, are you on Twitter?
I just hung up on him already.
I think he just tweeted me this. I think he's Team Nasty Daddy.
Okay.
On
well,
Twitter. I just responded to him.
That's why I
If
hang
it's
up
not
on
him,
people.
Don't follow
I got
that.
2 of the 6.
That's why I don't let him stay on.
Just answer the question.
on the line.
Let's move on.
But let me clear up the armband, the chicken
answer
Milanese.
That's a good
The
question.
Chicken Milanese band.
It's a metal band that's
Number
magnetic.
6 on the value menu.
Right.
It's actually my favorite band.
And but it wraps around all the way, and there's a magnet on it.
The magnet is actually very strong, and his exact question is, can somebody actually snatch it off my wrist with ease? It's pretty strong, and I'm going to say it's probably my favorite band of all of them.
It's really nice.
Get it, Steve.
Don't you touch
No,
it.
you can't get it.
It's the ring. It's like the Hobbit ring.
It's
snug. Steve just looked like the husband in Napoleon Dynamite trying to break the Tupperware. Can't do it. Can't do it.
They were stealing iPhones. In New York City, that was a huge thing when the iPhone 5 came out. My wife got hers snatched right out of her hand. Some guy would do like a jig, like do.
What did you just say?
A jig. He'd do like a dance. And he would dance, and because people were holding their phone, and she'd look over, and another guy would come up and just grab the phone and run.
Oh my God!
And that was
it's a ruse.
Huge in New York City. Now with these being on there, some of them actually.
I felt the same way with Google Glass. Like I'm just really careful. Or
Did you try Google Glass?
Oh yeah.
Did you like it?
That's a whole other. How much time do you have for that answer?
How cool do you feel though that when you did that? You're like, how much time do you have for that answer? You just look down at your Apple Watch.
I did too.
How much
it's
time?
5:31, and there's a monarch on my wrist.
That's my favorite thing about it, though. It shuts off and turns on when your wrist turns.
What?
That's fucking great.
By movement.
I love it. I love that.
Is that potentially can electrocute you?
There actually is an FCC issue with that.
Really?
Can I ask you?
I got very, very scared for a moment
because you're a tech genius and master, and I've done all these Kickstarter things, okay?
Yes.
And I just did this new one with Safe Wallet, this new wallet for your iPhones. It has everything in it, and I've done Coin, and these things.
You did Coin, didn't you, Steve?
I did do Coin, but I think it's sort of obsolete before it even really hit the ground, which is sort of unfortunate for them.
Does that mean it's just like now they're telling me on this thing, Safe Wallet, that we've come into problems? These things just you don't get your money back, and it's is that what it is?
It's an investment like any other investment.
So I invested. I didn't know that. I thought you could get your money back if they didn't give it to you. So I don't get my coin that they got my money.
It's an interesting question. I'm not quite sure how that plays out and what liability there is on their end.
Yeah, no, I think they get to take the money and run. So what we're trying to say is please buy Robert Kelly's special, Robert Kelly Live at the Village Underground. Yeah,
that is a guarantee.
Because people are stealing his digital money.
They actually put it on YouTube yesterday. Some assholes downloaded it and look, if I was Kevin Hart and I had a gazillion dollars, maybe I
think
I need those 4 views.
It's one thing when you can sit there and be like, when you can sit there and say, okay, well, we're stealing from whatever, this record label, this production house, it's like whatever. But when you've got the artist himself,
here's the thing, though,
putting out the special and it's coming directly to you, it's.
But I could have made it $12 or whatever, $10.
Right.
I made it $5 to anybody. And if someone
it could be 12.
Here's the deal: if you can't afford it, I'll buy you one.
Why would you say that?
Because I will. I don't give a shit if someone
I'm
can't
totally
afford
with
it.
them on that.
If someone can't,
it's messed up.
I've had fans.
It's bad karma.
If some people have said, "Dude, I'd love to see you. I can't afford tickets." I've gotten them tickets hundreds of times.
I wouldn't start just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's a mental note for the next time I want to see Bob Kelly.
I've done it twice.
Oh,
that was like the mistake. Not to just.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Be a little tangential. That's like when I would put out wrestling pay-per-views at my apartment on Twitter. That was a horrible idea.
Why would you do that?
That was a horrible idea.
Yeah, do you realize that most wrestling fans don't look like you, and that you would be a preyed upon thing in the wrestling community?
I did have a lot of inquiries to come over to my apartment.
Oh my God, I can't believe how popular I am.
thinking?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Very dumb.
You put out like your home and everything.
Just don't throw it out there. Is what I'm saying. You
gotta.
Right.
When do we have the next party though? Let's.
Mayweather fight. Not to.
Really?
Yeah, May 2nd.
I'm excited.
I'm excited at
about
Mikasa.
that. I'm very excited
about the Mayweather fight.
Yeah, it's finally happening, and that means it's the first of 3, which we're going to see. Whoever wins, we'll see another one.
And it's been a long time since there was a boxing fight that this many people actually cared about.
A boxing match.
You could say boxers fight.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
I'm just kidding. Hey,
how dare you?
Are you taking Pacquiao or Mayweather?
I am not prepared to answer that question right now.
Money Mayweather, baby, all the way.
That's because you're all about the money.
That's
you care
it.
about money. You don't care about anything. You see the money and the cash symbol.
Because Pacquiao is broke, right?
He gave all his money to the Philippines.
All of it.
And Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And to a karaoke bar. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
He opened up the biggest karaoke
I didn't do enough
bar
research.
in the Philippines, and it's free.
Can I tell you something?
That's amazing.
I'm embarrassed.
I'm a Pacquiao fan, man.
So
I
you're going
am.
for Pacquiao?
I have to think about who's really going to win this fight.
Floyd Mayweather. He beats everybody. He's the fucking man, and he brags all the time.
I love Pacquiao. I'm going to make that statement. Period.
I love a guy who brags and then backs everything up. That's why I like hip hop so much. Because it's just like braggadocious people. They're like, yeah, but my record is number one. You're like, yeah, all right, I got to give it to him.
Yeah. He's giving away a lot of money, too.
Did you see? Yeah, you want to talk about giving away money? You know what Floyd Mayweather did? He took a photo of $1 million in cash and said, I just have this, and I want everybody to follow me on Facebook and share the photo, and one person who shares this photo, I'm just going to send it to you.
And he did.
That, my
That's
friends,
crazy.
is a stand-up gentleman with a major ego.
I would like to chime in and say there's much more better things that you could be doing with $1 million.
Yeah.
In
I don't
today's
know.
society.
You think
Don't even get me started, Sam.
I'd like to just say one thing, too. MC Hammer. Remember? Had the same problem.
He would have had a lot of Facebook shares.
He just did an insurance commercial, I think, last week.
Yeah. He's just watching Mayweather going, okay,
Better
have fun.
parts of civilization with $1 million.
Yeah, well, who knows? But who knows how
make
much?
it rain.
Who knows how much good it did for this Facebook user's life too? Right?
That would be a good thing to find out who got it.
Yeah.
And what he did with them. Did he buy, a boat and some type of four-wheeler?
I'll tell you, the first thing I would do: big shiny hubcaps for my car.
You have a Jeep.
Still.
You get shiny hubcaps for your Jeep?
Fuck
Wrangler?
Yeah. Get giant Wrangler tires that are chromed out. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I would. It's Facebook money. Who cares? it's not earned.
All right. Good for you.
866-969-1969. We can talk a little bit about the Apple Watch still. Let's go to Walker in Philly. What's up, Walker?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Walker, is that your real name?
It's Walter, but close enough.
Oh, still,
Walter,
I would
Walter.
start calling myself Walker.
You know what? I probably would.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
So, guys, I got to ask you about this iPhone thing or the iWatch thing. I have an Android phone. I've had an Android watch for like the last 9 months. It costs $200 less and does the exact same thing. Why do people act like there's been no such thing as a smartwatch ever?
Yeah, there's a little of that happening, Katie, where people get so excited about the Apple Watch. But are there features on this that are new? Like, as compared to what Samsung has put out?
Steve and I were one of the first people to have the Samsung Gear, the first out the gate Android watch when I was actually rocking a Note 3 at that time. So I hear the argument is valid that this isn't the first smartwatch on the market. I think it's all coming down to ecosystem. I mean, you of course have a huge Apple audience that's very excited about the little perks inside here and actually working with their phone. I think that's the differentiator here. It's all about Apple ecosystem. And for me, okay, like I geek out on the little digital touches, like the sketch, the communication, the animated emojis. Those types of things are very fun for me.
Yeah.
Are those the underlying features that I'm going to buy it for, like seeing emails or responding back to text? No, but you're looking at a stylish piece of technology. I'm not saying it's first out the gate. I'm answering that the Apple ecosystem, and Steve, I don't know if you'll agree with me, is the reason why it's so much media and so much success.
And also, I mean, Apple products are at a premium. I mean, this isn't a secret. Like when you pay for an Apple product, it's going to be more than an Apple laptop versus a Dell laptop. No question about it. So there is that sort of luxury aspect to it. But it is, even when you look at it sort of objectively, very feature rich and loaded with sensors. And it's beautiful. It doesn't look like a piece of technology on your wrist. So it is very Apple-esque in its aesthetic.
It's
and
crazy to me that like they spent so much attention on, and listen, I grew up very blue collar. I'm not going to tell you that $349 at a base price is cheap by any means. That is expensive.
I mean, you're
And
already
think
mad
that's
at
a
Floyd
challenge.
Mayweather for giving away $1 million on Facebook.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, whatever you say, Katie.
Okay. Okay. What was my point? I just had a senior moment.
That was a great point, too. You messed it up.
No, I didn't. I
was a
added to
good
it.
point.
She was saying that she's a very blue collar, so she doesn't think that $349
It's
is a base.
expensive.
Yes,
But
that's it. It's expensive.
Then I spaced out, man.
Let me ask
I
you
think
something.
that-
Do you have
I
any
think
respect whatsoever for a person that spends $17,000 on the premium model?
No.
the people in that market, I have heard say, I would sooner get a Rolex. I've heard that like a few times.
Yeah.
Except, of course, a Rolex is simply a watch. I mean,
And
there's
it's
that
cheaper.
aspect. Yeah, I guess, and you could honestly get it cheaper.
Way cheaper.
But I think it might smack of a little bit of effort and caring too much to spend that much, even if you have it to spend.
I don't know. I've kind of gotten a little education myself. Like, I'm so focused on science and technology. I've learned about this whole new watch subculture, and maybe you can add to this.
I mean, I have
It's
this is a Breitling.
people
This
are
is
willing to
worth
spend the money on it.
$5,000.
See?
This watch, but this watch is like real estate. I mean, my Breitling, they stopped making it, so now it's gone up in value. Certain Rolexes go up in value if they stop making them, and it's one of a kind now when there's not too many out there.
And that's the thing about technology. As it gets older, it only gets more valuable.
I mean, we'll be upgrading some people.
Well, technology does it. Technology,
annually.
as it gets older, it becomes shit. It becomes a paperweight. But a watch, there's going to be a new version of that in 2 years.
In 1 year.
But these watches are, I mean, this runs with no batteries forever.
So do you think?
So it's. But the thing that you were saying about this, I think it's more like you have the Samsung. And you get the iPhone, the iWatch. It's like a Lexus or Mercedes.
I 100% agree.
Or do you want a Honda?
Just the band in itself and the way it, like, I'm going to sound like such a tool, but how fluid it is in the design and how it like lays flat on your wrist. Like when I had my gear, it was big and bulky, had the buckle in the back. Like it just wasn't something I wanted to wear and put on. Now I'm like, oh, look what I got an Apple Watch. It's like kind of cool and also functional.
Well, you always wonder why do you, I have a Honda. It's a great car. It's awesome. It's a Honda Pilot. It's great. But you wonder, why would you get a Mercedes if you could just, then you sit in a Mercedes and you're like, oh my God, this is different. This is a different ride. Everything is different. It feels, the steering's different. The way it holds the
I think that's
turn.
a great analogy, actually.
It's so, and it's like when you put on the Samsung thing, yeah, it does all the same shit. But when you hold like a Note or a Galaxy 5, whatever, yeah, it's cool. But when you hold an iPhone 6, there's just something different about
It's
it.
also the
Computers too. I mean, look at these. Look how great a MacBook Air is and the functionality of it, as opposed to a Dell, which is all right. It's cool. It does what it does, I guess, but it just feels shittier.
You made me remember my point I was trying to make. The little attention to details, I think they're really key. And like right down to the fact that they created a proprietary custom font that would fit the real estate size of the watch. Like every little last attention to detail, it was evident they didn't rush into the market just to compete in the wearable space.
Right.
And I know it's stupid little things and little details, but
if you go into the Wayback Machine, you'll know that the iPhone was not the first smartphone.
No.
It was just the first one to kind of figure it out.
They had to do it their way.
I think though now, what's next for Apple? It's got to be a big innovation.
What do you think it could be?
The creator. They have to, because off of the heels of smartwatch and I think the Apple audience is waiting for that next big thing.
The the Apple Watch is not an innovation. It's an add-on.
That's a tough way to put it.
Right. I'm a tough guy.
Well, you're tough.
I think it's as close to
that's kind of my vibe going forward. It's just like edgy.
I think it's the first one to match for fashion and function.
Punches.
I'm going to stick to that.
Fashion and function.
Yes.
Right.
And it's a standalone category in terms of being the first stylish one on the market.
Bob?
I think you are edgy and pull no punches.
I don't pull any.
No, you don't. I'm
tough.
I think that what I didn't understand is that the iPhone, now they have the iWatch. How come they haven't added a foldable phone that can be your phone and your iPad, and also like Pico projection? How come it hasn't expanded into the phone? How come there's nothing?
What's Pico projection?
It's a small projector, so they did put in a couple phones. Yeah. You could actually, say you're in a hotel room, you could use your phone and just shoot it on a pillow.
Does it look good?
Watch it. It looks great. It's amazing. And you could shoot it on a wall. Or if you're doing a presentation right here, I could just dim the lights, shoot it on that wall, have 100-foot display.
You got your pointer, you got your phone, your projector.
But how come that hasn't happened?
I think features are always going to be we can't hit a plateau. You don't write one book and then put all your goods in one book.
The Bible did that.
Right? Point made. Point made, I will give you that
Jesus did that.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
I'm a Catholic girl, go to church every week. I will back you up on that.
It's a great book.
But I think Yeah,
thought it
I
was
would
long.
love a Pico projector in my
it's wordy at points,
Wouldn't
but
that
still
be
good.
great?
7.
And like the
But
laser keyboard that never came to fruition.
Sure,
Good word.
maybe down the line. I think features will be added, but it can't be a pancake maker too. Like it reminds
That'd
me
be
of Louis
awesome,
C.K.
though.
Like, how much do you want, people?
Yeah,
I would
but
love
what
a
do you think?
pancake maker.
What do you think the innovation is? Is it the pancake
maker?
I think the probably the furthest we're heading is the direction of TV.
An Apple
But
TV.
that's more like
not an Apple TV, like
a TV.
But doesn't that seem more like it's going to be software related, where they're offering
I don't
channels
know.
and stuff like that, than hardware?
It'll be like a Siri interface. It'll be again ecosystem, linking you further into their ecosystem.
And you see where we're going with Slingbox and selective a la carte channeling, and that is the future. I think it's a matter of time.
I just got a brand new TV, and it has the remote that you can talk into and all that shit, and that's what made me buy it. I was like, "Oh, this is 4K. I can finally talk to my TV," but it sucks. But if you can walk into a room and talk to it, like the function that a lot of people don't know that your iPhone 6 has and 6 Plus, when you plug it in your car and you're driving, you can just go, "Hey Siri." As long as it's plugged in.
Do you know I can do that into my watch?
You can do that in your watch without
Show me.
Right.
Hey Siri.
Ask
if they know who Bob
Sam
Kelly.
Roberts' haircut.
What did she say? What's not to get, Siri? Well, how could you not understand Sam Roberts'
He
haircut?
doesn't like that you cut it too.
Ask Siri if he knows who Bob Kelly is.
Okay.
Robert Kelly.
Hey Siri. What's up with Robert Kelly?
Oh, fuck.
What does it say?
What's the news?
He peed on more kids.
Yeah, that's a
R.
different
Kelly.
Robert Kelly.
Wow.
What if her watch
That's
just
impressive.
shut off and exploded?
That's impressive. And that was quick, and we put you to and it actually answered you properly.
How
And,
great
and
if your TV did that, though. If you walk into a room and just go, "Hey, Siri."
But I'm more going in the direction of a la carte, though.
Right.
I think that's a very challenging wave to conquer.
Yeah.
But cable cutters, man.
Mm-hmm.
$200 a month on cable?
Too much.
Just for Monday Night Raw and sports?
Right. No.
What's up?
Yeah.
You're right. And SmackDown.
And don't
SmackDown.
I watch
And
Psych.
NXT.
I like
Well,
Psych.
actually, that's on the network, so that
Psych
doesn't
is a
count.
good show, too.
You like Psych?
I like Psych.
Let's go to
I know.
Let's get some phone calls in before we're out of time. Matt in Winchester.
Hey, I wonder, when are they going to do something like making the watch or the Samsung watch like a little block, and then have real watchmakers make real watches with a place for you to, hook it in like an adapter?
Do you have any idea what he's talking about, Katie?
The part I understood sounded amazing.
He wants to know if watchmaker, you mean like why? But if the watchmaker made the watch, who would put the technology into it?
No, but like the iWatch part be, the smart stuff, the brain of it.
Well, I mean,
They did do that.
You might see things like third-party straps come into play, things like that, ways of customizing so that
Right.
you're licensing it out to have other people do the creative and leverage it that way.
Are you from Canada?
He is. He's
Yes, I
super
am.
nice.
I can tell.
But I've been here 8 years, so it's
Wait,
almost out of me.
I hung up
Prime
on
time.
him.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, you hung up on. I didn't understand the question.
I think he wants to know if
So I'd like to answer it.
watchmakers are going to produce actual watch faces that you could
Like
put
Rolex.
into an iWatch, so
it
that
could be
the
a Rolex
Apple Watch
iPhone.
part
Allow
was
me
the
to answer
top.
that. So I think right now you can customize. There's modular face watches in here, right? So it's
What
actually.
does that mean?
Okay, so right now I have a moving monarch.
Okay.
I can actually switch that with a swipe of my finger. I
She's
can go
doing
into
it.
solar. I can go into astronomy. I can go into Mickey Mouse. I can actually customize it to a number of different styles, which is super cool. I think it would be really interesting, and I think it'll be available April 24th when the watch goes on sale. You'll probably be able to download apps for more customization. I think that's going to be left to third-party developers. So I think the faceplates are all digital. I don't think there's some ancillary plastic cover
Right.
that you would put on it per
But
se.
like maybe Rolex will design some kind of digital face app that you could put on for like $5 or something.
Absolutely.
I think-
That 100% that will be done.
Yeah.
This will be like Breitling or Rolex. This is a new watch company. I mean, this is like having a Breitling or, I mean, I would wear my Apple Watch, but I'd also switch it out if I was, and I'd put my Breitling back on if I was going to some fancier event or whatever. So this will be a watch company. This will be like a Rolex. I mean,
And it's catering to a different kind of consumer. This is a higher end. I feel like, yes, it does fall under a want more than a need.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a different kind of lifestyle consumer, I feel like, at the price point it's starting at, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think the only thing that really bugs me about it, I thought the battery was going to bug me, but it doesn't. Everybody says the battery's
What's
fine.
the battery life
Battery's
like?
fine. I've had no issues with
What
battery.
does fine mean?
And actually, at the end of the night, so I use mine pretty consistently throughout the day, plus using my heart rate for about a 2-hour workout daily. You think that would suck out some serious power?
Daily?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Getting after it. I'm usually at about
Intimidating.
49% at the end of the day.
That's great. But you know what bothers me?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And your days are long.
Very long.
Yeah.
The thing that bothers me is that it's not waterproof. And,
That's a hurt.
And
I'm with you on
I
that.
forget. You know how many times you forget you're on vacation? The summertime, you just jump in the pool or you just get in the shower and you forget what you're fucked.
Or going for a nice jog on a drizzly day.
That's what I
Or
say.
it starts to rain while you're out.
It has an IPX7 water resistant, not really waterproof rating, if you will. I am not. I usually like to break gadgets and see how far I can push it, especially when it's like a waterproof Bluetooth speaker or headphones. Or I am so scared with an investment of this nature to try to test it.
Is there any way to waterproof it? Can you send it to a company and have them put something over it to waterproof it?
I wouldn't do that.
A plastic bag.
There's a really great company that offers that service.
Yeah.
The name has slipped my memory, but I wouldn't even mess with that because you're talking about internal and external. I wouldn't do it.
And there's like a microphone that is a
And just
hole.
like the sensors on the back for like heart rate, for example, you start to get in there. I don't know how they would protect that aspect of it.
Let's go to Matt in Virginia.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, I just wanted to say, stop saying "Hey Siri" because all of us driving home with our iPhone 6s and our iPhone 6s, you keep turning on Siri and then we lose the show.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri, sorry, Ben in Wisconsin.
Sorry Siri. Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
I had the same thing.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
Gotta get that Katie off the air. She's killing my phone.
I'm sorry, guys. I apologize to everybody.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Hey, I have a really good question that came in from Twitter.
Whoa, interactive.
Yeah, Christy Forbes. Thanks, Christy. What about texting and driving? No law against you using a watch while driving.
Right, so you
Wow,
can talk
what a
into your
great
watch.
area.
You could just talk into your watch and be like, hey Siri, send a text.
Sam, stop it. You're losing listeners.
That's what the text is going to say now. Love it. Let's go to... So you could talk into your watch while you're driving and then just say send the text. Is that what you're telling me, Katie?
I'm saying that what I think subjectively, and
Theoretically.
Oh, yeah, you could answer right off of a watch, for sure.
Right.
Yes.
Chris in North Carolina.
Hey, Sam. First of all, Bob Kelly is fucking awesome. Second of all, I think the next...
I love you, dude.
Yeah, I love... You wouldn't know the ways. Anyway, I think the next big thing that they're going to come out with is like UI enhancements, waving your hand over screens, Minority Report action. I think that's where like, Apple can push into new fields.
I completely agree with my Minority Report direction. I think that's a really great statement.
Well, my TV recognizes my face when I walk in the room. And it has the face. Do
you apologize?
Recognition square that goes.
I'm just kidding, Bob. You're very, very handsome.
But it actually, some of the TVs do have you put your hand up and you can wave through chapters on the smart function, or you can use your hand gestures to control your TV. Some of the Samsungs have that already.
Jerry in Connecticut.
Hey, it's Jeremy, actually. Sorry.
Doesn't matter.
So two questions, actually. So the phone, or the watch has to be tethered to the phone when you're doing things like email and text and, Google Maps and stuff like that. But does it have to be tethered to your phone when you're, like, working out? Or does it save that data and then it updates your phone, like, when you get home?
Great question. And the answer is amen to the fact that you can actually ditch the phone altogether and sync later. And what I actually do is pair it to, since it has 8 gigs of local storage in the watch, you can sync things over like songs. So I've synced over a couple of my playlists, for example, and then I just pair my watch to my Bluetooth headphones. And now I can ditch the phone on a workout.
Boom.
Can I just want to say one thing? Hey, Siri, find me dirty, hot porn.
You suck, man.
Right.
You suck.
Right.
That didn't come up on your watch, did it?
Siri. Hey, Siri.
Sam,
Google penis
that was
picture.
really annoying. That would be really annoying if you were driving right now.
Nah, people want to see it.
Hey, Siri, Google Robert Kelly special for $5. Can I ask you a question? Now that comes off. Is it just the
watch? Yes.
Now, can I see?
It's not permanent.
I want to see how it comes. It slides off.
Well, yeah, so
okay, you can't just take that off somebody's wrist.
It's woven through.
I would actually go to the back here. and slide it right off.
Boom.
Can I hold?
No, you cannot touch it. It's the Hobbit ring, dude.
All right.
You can touch it when I'm holding it.
Yeah, let me touch it when you're
It's like
holding it.
touching my baby.
Can I ask why you're like that?
'Cause listen, this got lost the other day.
No.
Matt Lauer stole it from her.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being like that. I would agree. I actually would be
This
the
is
same
my
way.
child.
Yeah. Okay. So it's your child.
Yes.
Yes.
So if anything happens to it, you're screwed.
Your ass is grass.
Right.
Yes.
So you're screwed if anything happens to that. But is that the
No,
one
I'm not screwed. I'm like a protective helicopter parent.
A helicopter. Okay.
Is that okay?
All right. Yeah,
Listen.
no, it's your watch. Absolutely. Why wouldn't it be okay?
We're out of time. Out of time. Katie Linendoll, Steve Lunny, thank you both for being here and exposing us to the Apple Watch. Where can they find you guys?
Any more questions or you want to talk tech, you can find me on Twitter at Katie Linendoll. You can also check out my site at katielinendoll.com. And on Facebook, guess what? Katie Linendoll.
Perfect. And Steve?
Stevie Spin on Twitter.
Stevie Spin on Twitter. Hey, Siri, find me some gay porn.
What did your phone just say? His
He's
phone
like,
just
I
talked.
don't know.
It said something like not Siri. Though.
I didn't even get to. What I really wanted to talk to Katie about was the fact that Scott Steiner is being accused of death threats against Hulk Hogan in real life. Oh, my God. I didn't even get into it. Bob, if they want your special, they have to go to robertkellylive.com and they can download it, correct?
Go to robertkellylive.com. Everything's on there.
Excellent. And Bob and I will be on Raw Dog all weekend doing takeovers at various points.
Tomorrow at 12,
There
Sunday
it
at
is.
12, Sunday at 5. We took over the whole network for a couple hours. So go check it out.
Nice.
Thanks, everybody. And, of course, my stuff is Not Sam everywhere. Not Sam on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and notsam.com. Videos of Elizabeth Moss have gone up. Videos of Nick Howard from last week, the musician that was in here. His performances are up online. All kinds of stuff all over the place. And, of course, all the wrestling interviews that Katie and I did a couple weeks ago at WrestleMania are also all up at notsam.com. Thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
A woman in, or you want a black guy in, or whatever, that leaves you at a huge risk for a potential disaster.
Right. I'm sure that's not the right reason for me to vote for her.
But that's the only reason you could possibly think of.
I'm just not super political.
Me neither.
Like, ignorance is bliss to me. I know that's a horrible way to live my life, but
Yeah.
you know, it's too upsetting for me to watch the news and know about all that stuff, and I feel like I'm not going to help in any way, shape, or form. I know that's no.
Why don't you see? Some people reach that place in life and they go, you know what? That makes me feel horrible, so I'm going to help.
Right. That's probably the right thing.
You, on the other hand, go, it makes me feel horrible. There's nothing I can do. Oh, Jeopardy's on. Oh, look, Judge Judy's on.
Jeopardy.
You're right.
Yeah, that's what I get excited about, Jeopardy.
Kids Jeopardy. Elementary school Jeopardy. Are you smarter than a fifth grader is the show I was
There
referring
you
to.
go.
The answer is usually no. But it's still entertainment nonetheless. All this stuff came up to me because I really started to feel this week like Obama is not a great president.
Yeah, I mean, you're not probably the first person to say that.
But do you think, you don't care?
No, but I know from my peers and close family and friends around me, their opinions have been voiced quite loudly, and it's been to the effect of not terribly happy with the man.
See, I think you have to judge politicians based on who they are as human beings. You have to wait,
right?
Because it's very hard to find out. You have to wait like a hawk and wait for them to show an ounce of humanity. Because in that moment, that's when you can start to make judgments on what kind of people they are. You can start to make judgments on if what kind of decision makers they are. You can really get a feel for who they are as a human being. The douchiness will come out at some point.
Right. I also think that a lot of people end up hating presidents no matter what good they've done or brought to the country because they end up looking bad because they were left with a pile of shit.
Right. I mean, it's such a ridiculously complicated system. Just getting stuff done at SiriusXM is impossible.
I mean, don't get me
impossible. And that's because there's like 3 levels of management. And to get it past all 3 levels of management, or however it is impossible. To get anything done, you have to get like 10 people to sign on a dotted line. And to get all 10 people to agree on that is impossible. I think it runs that way in any big company, especially publicly traded companies. Imagine the complications that go through no matter who the president is when you're trying to get anything done.
Right. It's corporate America.
It's America is corporate America, especially when, places like Congress and stuff like that are half of it is in the business now of just disrupting the president. Because if it's a Republican president, the Democrats can't back him because eventually they want to be the president. So if any of those guys vote for anything Republican, it comes back and haunts them. Where am I already over your head?
You lost me.
How the fuck can I already be over your head? This is just, it couldn't be more basic.
Well, I think I was skipping ahead. I was thinking as you were just speaking Chinese.
Yeah.
Do we know who she's going to be going against? And that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking, do we know, obviously we knew that she was going to be making this announcement. Do we know who the other people are?
Only a few people have announced that they're running for president, and I don't think any Democrats have yet.
Okay.
Just Hillary Clinton.
All right, on with your Chinese.
Okay. All I'm saying is the people in Congress, they can't vote. If they're Republicans and there's a Democratic president, they can't side with the president ever.
No matter
and vice
what.
versa.
Right.
So it gets to the point where whoever the president is, half the people that are helping run the country don't side with you. So nobody can really get anything substantial done, I don't think.
But aren't there so many people? I wish we could have halvesy presidents. Why does it have to be Democratic and Republican? Why aren't there a lot of people who are very financially Republican and socially Democratic? Where does that fall under? Why can't we have some people? Why does it always have to be straightforward, chocolate and vanilla?
Right.
Republic. Why can't we just?
Well, people always say that there should be a third party, but anytime anybody from a third party runs, they get very few votes.
No, more than a third party. I want more than three parties. Because just one third party is not going to make me happy with what I'm trying to explain to you. I want there to be able to be this melding of all these different things. There should be fun.
Welcome to Sam Roberts Show. The lovely stylings of Jack White introducing us. Oh my God. Welcome to Sam Roberts Show. We are live as we are every Friday and sometimes other days. XM 103 Sirius 206. If you want to call in, call now. 866-969-1969. That's 866-969-1969. Nicole Ryan is here.
What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm feeling good. I just was telling you, I did a little day drinking during lunch, but I stopped after 2 glasses so as not to put myself in a position where you could take advantage of me.
Right. It's like going to a party in college.
Right.
You're at some point, I need to be responsible for my own behavior.
Correct.
Because Sam won't take care of me.
I mean,
that's not what I'm here to do.
Right.
Maybe after the show, I'll be let me make sure she's okay.
Right, but not during.
No, I mean, if you show up here at 3 and you're in a vulnerable state,
it's over.
Who the hell knows what's I will tear you away from your family. I will do something that will bring you so much shame. But you have enough personal responsibility to not put yourself in that place.
Correct.
Which is very, very good.
Thank you, Sam.
A lot going on today. So much to get into today. Wait till you hear this. Everybody's waking up early in the morning, trying to get their Apple Watches, trying to figure out whether it's worth having or not worth having.
It's not.
You've never seen one.
I've seen it on my computer screen.
Right. It's not the same thing as seeing it in person.
Okay.
Luckily, I've got an Apple Watch coming in studio.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
For real?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm kind of excited.
The Apple Watch. It's going to be attached to Katie Linendoll, and they will both be here in a little while. Jason Biggs is going to be on the show today. Bob Kelly may be stopping by because he heard there was an Apple Watch coming in.
Yes, I love me some Bob Kelly.
And he wants to see it. So much happening today. I feel like the same thing that happened whenever there's a cool music festival or event happening that people are talking about. That's why I started with Jack White, because Coachella is happening this weekend. And even though I have no business there, even though I don't even know who half the bands are that are there, I get very FOMO.
Yeah, I get that.
And I feel like I should be doing something there.
Yeah, we probably should.
You think? Well, but what?
I mean, I'm sure we couldn't get Sirius to pay for us to go there. But really, I mean, I'm sure
we want to broadcast from Coachella.
Well, Coachella's no longer indie; it's super mainstream. I'm sure we could find some people that would be very relevant, that would make sense for us to talk to.
You think Drake would come by?
I mean, why not?
Jack White, Drake, AC/DC could do the show if we were out there. That's the only thing that's stopping them. Action Bronson, our pal Action Bronson is out there.
Don't even talk about him.
Yeah, you would have had sex with him by now.
1,000,000%.
If we were out in Coachella. But yeah, it's very, very exciting. We're covering it all over the platform, though. The big news, I guess, is that this weekend, everybody's saying, let's get political. Hillary Clinton,
I heard this,
is going to announce that she's running for president.
I didn't know that they had to make it a thing. I thought it's all been a rumor, so we knew it was happening. I didn't know they had a huge announcement deal.
You didn't know people announced that they run for president?
No, I thought it was just you could tweet it. Or it was just you heard it through the grapevine and then it was happening. And no, it had to be an event.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, people generally make that announcement and have for the last several decades.
I'm not paying attention to that stuff.
I guess not.
No.
Are you going to vote for Hillary Clinton?
I mean, I'm not really big into voting, but I guess I should, right?
I don't know.
As a woman, I should. To try to make the first woman president, first female president?
I don't know. I feel like that's what happened a lot with Obama, is that people were like, well, we gotta have the first black president. That's very important to history. There were people, because I didn't vote for Obama. I voted for John McCain 8 years ago.
You did?
Yeah, I like John McCain.
Okay.
I think he's a good guy. But people were coming up to me and being like, don't you want to be a part of history? Don't you want to be a part of the change that's going to occur right now? And I was like, I was just voting for the guy who I like to be president.
You were like, I'm already part of history. Have you heard the Sam Roberts show?
Yeah, I'm history.
You joking?
Yeah. I'm about to be history if we keep broadcasting like this. No, I guess it's hard to buy in to just doing it when you're just doing it for the sake of history. Like when you're just doing it because you want
5 parties.
I'll tell you exactly why that can't happen.
Why?
Because then people would be responsible for figuring out what the 5 parties are. Whereas now, you just pick one or the other.
Okay.
People can't work under those
Gotta
circumstances.
keep it simple.
Because the more people, what you're asking for, I think, is when people run for president for them to be acting independently and just saying, okay, how does this person actually feel? And if they match up with how I feel, then I'll vote for them.
Yes.
But Nicole, you're not going to, I already lost you on this conversation.
People like an American Idol, I get more than 2 options. On The Voice, I get more than 2 options. Shouldn't it be like...
They're not going to sing.
But you know what I mean.
Here's the problem. You would then be responsible for figuring out who these people are. And you're not going to do that.
Oh, my God.
Are you?
Keeping them responsible for...
You personally.
Why?
You would then be like, okay, I need to figure out where this person stands on shit. There's no way you're going to find out. Are you?
Maybe I could.
I don't think you would.
You should believe in me a little bit.
I don't. You'd be like, oh, where'd Rihanna get that bathing suit?
Shut up.
You wouldn't be worried about, where does so-and-so stand on...
Maybe not me, but maybe some people.
Like, what do you think about Benghazi?
I mean, don't go there.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Dan in Ohio.
What's up, Sam?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, man. Nicole, thank God you're fucking pretty. Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on, really?
Let me tell you something.
You realize the presidential election is not till 2016. You were just like, you know who she'll be running against? Like, it's next week.
Yeah, and you've already kind of given up. Listen, Nicole is a very intelligent person.
Thank you, Sam.
Nicole is one of my favorite people to talk to. There's a reason why Nicole is here. However, when I say Nicole is one of my favorite people to talk to, this is not a subject that we generally broach.
No, that's not my strength right now.
No.
What we're talking about.
Yeah.
Have you found Who Kid? I saw on, I think it was Instagram, he posted missing. Have you seen him?
He was here on Monday.
Yeah.
He was here on Monday, and we got to hang out with the Filthy Brothers, which, Nicole, I want to catch you up to speed on.
So mad I missed it.
But now he's in Vancouver, so he's back out of the country.
He is. He's always out of the country. And his Instagram is solely asses.
Yeah.
And him.
Yeah. Well, it's
asses
him
in his face.
and some asses.
Yeah.
Billy in Austin.
Yeah, Pat Buchanan said Obama's doing a good job with this war because we're staying out of the war, and we don't know who our friends are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's good to stay out of wars, sure, but I meant I have other reasons for disapproving of Obama right now.
Do you want to share with us what they are?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Frank in Poughkeepsie.
Hey, Sam, I'm really shocked that you disapprove of Obama. You've got to be the first person of color I've ever heard say that.
Well, I would correct you, but I have been referred to by Mike Tyson,
as
Iron Mike Tyson, as a, quote, black motherfucker.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. And I've got witnesses.
It was a joke, Sam. He was making a joke.
He looked at me in the eyes and he said that. You're a black motherfucker.
Then it must be fact.
It's Mike Tyson.
You're right.
Debate him if you want. This is why. President Obama, I guess all the presidents always have kids around Easter time. They bring some kids, and Obama was reading Where the Wild Things Are to them.
Great book.
Yes. I've been watching this clip for the last 5 days every single day. It's my favorite clip I've ever played, but it's made me lose all faith in Obama.
I haven't heard it or
All
seen
right,
it.
let me play for you the beginning. This is Obama reading Where the Wild Things Are.
And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Look at them. They're having a wild rumpus. Who can do a wild rumpus? That's some good rumpusing.
Okay, now wait a minute. This is taken out of context. I want to know who was he reading to? What was his audience?
Children.
Okay, then shush, Sam.
You can't do a better wild rumpus than that?
You do a wild rumpus.
I'm not. No. If I was the president, they'd say, President Roberts, show the kids what a rumpus is. I'd look at that man and say, I'm the fucking president of the United States, the most powerful man in the free world. I have people to rumpus for me. I'm not going to...
Or maybe he was humbling himself and he was speaking to children and
He looked
showing
like-
what a sweet man he was
He's
and
not-
having some fun.
I mean, even you cringed when that was on.
A little bit.
You're listening.
They're having a wild rumpus. Who can do a wild rumpus?
Was this on
Some good rumpusing.
Wait, was this on television?
I was filmed. I don't know.
Because I feel like hearing the audio is making it seem worse than if I saw him on TV doing it.
His arms were waving while he was doing it.
Oh, gosh.
Rob in Chicago. You there, Rob? All right. Well, no. John in Wisconsin.
Hi.
Hey.
I like Nicole's rumpus.
I like your rumpus.
That's what's up.
Well, thank you. Hey, that caller 2 callers ago, he's fucking full of shit with what he said about how Obama got us out of a war or whatever. Fucking took us out and put us right back in, you fucking blood.
Listen, all this stuff, this is all the politics of it. I can't get into all the politics of it because I'm not convinced anybody does politics better than anybody else. It's about judging people as human beings. And I would not ever support somebody who rumpused like that under any cause.
You can't judge his rumpusing unless you're going to show him a better rumpus.
Yes, I
Okay?
can. I wouldn't do it.
But then don't judge his.
He shouldn't have done it.
Why?
Because he sucks at it.
But he was reading a children's book. God,
like a fucking idiot.
how are you supposed to read a children's book?
Without doing this.
When you're talking to children, no child wants to hear a president be all president-y. Okay, that's no fun.
He certainly wasn't president-y there. Ezra in Dallas.
Hey, guys. I remember the part in Wild Things where Nev Campbell and Denise Richards get naked and make out.
Yeah.
I don't remember the part the president's talking about at all.
Yeah, I remember Wild Things, and I don't remember there being a rumpus. You're right. Carl in Orlando.
Yo, Sam Roberts.
What's up, buddy?
All right, first of all, I'm Who Kid's cousin.
No,
That's
you're
what's
not.
up.
Yes, I am. I'm a Haitian brother from Brooklyn. Who Kid knows who I am. I always want to call in, and I never want to do it. But after that ridiculous statement you made about Obama, I was like, I got to call in right now.
Uh-oh.
Did you hear him rumpusing?
Listen, man. First of all, thank God Nicole's on your show.
Oh, that's
because
I was just thinking that.
because she brings you back to reality when you say ridiculous statements like that.
Love you, Carl.
What are you talking about? How can you listen to this guy go in front of people and go and be like, yep, that's my guy. That's my leader. That's the guy who's leading me.
That's the guy that brought up 2 daughters and is married to a beautiful woman who's intelligent, smart.
I'll put Michelle.
That
Look,
guy-
listen, I don't have any problem with Michelle Obama. I'll put Michelle Obama in the White House before that guy because Michelle Obama is not going to pick up a book and go, rumpus for me. It's ridiculous. He sounds like Barney the dinosaur.
You know what? Just give him a pass on that one, Sam.
All right, look. Okay, Carl, I'll give him a pass on that. But that clip doesn't end there. I saw the rumpus, and I was like, I have a real problem with what happened there.
Okay.
But it goes further. Okay?
How much further?
He wants to continue reading to the kids. They're outside.
Okay.
It's the spring.
Oh, God forbid.
I don't know. Some of you guys weren't rumpusing that hard. How are you? Can you see it? Oh, no, it's a bee.
There's a bee. There's a bee. Well, after the rumpusing happens, there is a bee and dozens of the most terrified children I've ever heard in my life.
No, it's a bee. That's okay, guys. Bees are good. They won't land on
Bees
you.
are good.
Bees are good.
Have you ever seen those specials where it's like without
Bees are
bees,
good.
like our like universe would like end?
Like, who is this guy?
I have a question. What is wrong with you? I feel like you're like making me lose faith in you as a future father. Like, he's having fun with children. He's not leading the country right now. He's reading a children's story.
Let me tell you something. If I had a kid and I was sitting there reading a book to him and my kid was like, holy shit, there's a bee. You know what I'd say? Run!
No!
Run!
No!
Get away from the bee!
You're a pussy.
I wouldn't say, oh, don't worry, bees are good, because bees aren't good. Bees are bad.
When you have a kid, you want to teach them not to get freaked out, for them to always remain calm. It's a bee. If you freak out, the bee's going to sting you.
And you know what happens if you don't freak out? It stings you anyway. It's a bee.
Okay.
They won't land on you. They won't sting you. They'll be okay.
He's like a sweet daddy.
Wait.
Listen, he cannot, for the life of him, handle this group of children. He has no idea how to get things back on track.
How many kids are there? Does he have any assistants, any TAs?
He's the leader of the free world. He should be able to handle a couple dozen kids. And he is not handling them at all. Can you honestly tell me that the best strategy around like 24 kids is to say, no, bees are good? Do you think any kid is like, oh, I almost shit my pants a minute ago, but it's okay because bees are good?
He should have not said bees are good, but he should have
good.
been like, relax. That's what my parents used to say. Like, chill. Like, don't like get up and like make any like crazy movements. If you remain calm, the bee will not sting you.
You know what I would do?
What?
If I was reading the book, I would see the bee first.
Yeah.
And the kids would all be looking at me.
And you'd run.
And I'd put the book down and I'd say, everybody stay cool. Nobody panic.
You're right.
When I say 3, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
That's what you say to the kids?
Yes, I would. Because there is a bee flying over that girl's head. Don't move. Wendy, there's a bee on your head.
I'm willing to bet you wouldn't even look
Wendy,
at those
you
kids.
stay there. And the rest of us, we got to get the fuck out of here. We're going to continue this. It was stupid to do this outside. It was dumb.
You'd probably be scared and you'd run away and leave those kids to get stung and you'd scream, move, bitch, get out the way.
Just kicking kids over.
Yeah.
We should have read the story in the Oval Office. There's never been a bee in there. Listen, it's still going on.
Hold on! You guys are wild things. You're not supposed to be scared of bees.
The kids are all like, we're over the story, stupid. We're done. That was a story. This is real life.
The bee's coming to get us.
Yeah. There was a story that you were telling. That was fiction. Now we're living in a reality. And the reality is there are bees after us.
We are under fire.
There are no monsters here. We have no protection against these bees. And I don't know what kind of war room he goes into, and he goes, no, tanks are good. They go, no, Obama, tanks are not good. Those are enemy tanks. No, they help us.
Yeah, why are you doing this impersonation of him? That's not how...
That's exactly how he sounded.
When he was doing a rumpus, not when he
and when he was trying to protect people from bees, which he is not doing well.
Wild things. You're not supposed to be scared of bees. Well, you're a wild thing. Now stop. Max said, and send the wild things off to bed.
He's trying to go back to the story.
Yo, he's a dad. He's not, no one said he was a teacher. Like, he's not equipped to necessarily handle a group that large of kids. Where are the TAs? Where are they?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing that makes me feel like he might need to be equipped to handle a large group of children is he's the leader of the free world.
Oh, good Lord.
He's the boss of everything on the planet.
I can't believe your judgment right now. I really can't.
Listen to those kids.
Max said, and send the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the kid who owned wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all.
Barack, you've lost your audience. You've lost the audience. It's not working.
Oh, B. I'm just, okay, all right, but it was a nice little thing.